ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in six-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them on anything.
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
And I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing!
Well, I'm holding on.
Hello there. Hey. How's it going? How you doing? Good morning. Bienvenidos. Good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Welcome to the Friday edition of Talk Sports. John is out. So if you're looking for him today, then, you know, he's not going to be here. So
start driving to Virginia.
Yeah, I don't know if he announced that to the audience. He told us, but I don't.
It was a very quick, I think it was in like the first 2 minutes of the show or something like that. It's like, I'll be gone tomorrow. But then he didn't even say anything at the end of the show.
No, he didn't. I didn't remember if he actually said anything. So it's just us today, just hanging out here without him. What is that background noise? Do you hear that?
We do have a fan going on back here.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Is it really loud? Should we turn it off?
No. My answer is no, and the reason for that.
What if I get closer?
Yeah, blow that into the mic a little. Put it right into the mic. That's good. Yeah. No, my answer is no. Do not turn it off because I am on record in that old studio. We had a big to-do about the fan one time.
Mm-hmm.
When I first came back to the show the last time, Jackie Boy claimed that the fan was coming in through the mic. And I was adamant that it was not coming in at all. So, like, just because I can hear it in my headphones. And it ended up being a thing because I didn't really know Jack at the time. And I love Jack now. You know, I love Jack. But it was like a week back of me being back. And I was like, who the hell is this kid? Who the hell is this kid giving me grief over this fan? Because that other studio was small.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it got hot.
And it got so hot in there.
Yeah, it got hot in there. I'm a big boy. I had to have my fan. And one day, Jack just came over like in the middle of a segment and unplugged it. Like he didn't say anything about it. He just took it upon himself to come unplug the fan. And I just looked at him and like, what's going on? And so it became a thing. So audience, let us know if you can hear it. I don't think you can, but I can ever so slightly.
It's just like a little bit of white noise.
Yeah, it's exactly what it reminded me of.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should still be in my bed.
I do remember when that fan was a big controversy back in the other studio.
It was a thing for about a day.
And it was just, you had to have it, or unless you were just getting like smoked out of that room. You would open that door and the next show would walk in and they were like, oh, like why is it a steam room in here?
Man, that room.
Why is there humidity?
Yeah, that was too small for 4 dudes.
Yeah.
4 gas bags in one
Especially
room.
in the summertime.
Oh, God.
It was nice in the winter. You get the summertime in there, though. It's 95 degrees, just 4 festering bodies in there.
Yeah.
Flies, right, just flying around your body.
Well, the afternoon guys, the drive, they always ran those fans. And I never heard those fans coming through on their show. I could never, like, it's, if you can hear anything at all, like, it's just very subtle. Like, you don't even notice it if you're on the radio or if you're in your car, like, listening to the radio. So, anyway, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Good morning to the freaks. So what is John doing?
Going to a wedding?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's driving to Virginia.
I'm also going to a wedding.
What if it's his own wedding? Is it your own wedding, Sam?
No, it's not.
Going rogue and just going somewhere?
Is John going to your wedding right now?
No, that would be funny if we were like, oh, we saw each other at the wedding.
You're going to a wedding? Where are you going?
Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
What part?
Just back home, Franklin.
That's where they're doing the wedding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice place?
No, I've never seen the venue. Sure, it's great, though.
It's got to be pretty nice, right? I mean, most weddings are nice places. I don't know. You ever been to a wedding that wasn't nice?
It's a good point. Yeah, I've never gone to a wedding venue and been like, man, this place stinks.
I've been to a couple underwhelming weddings, but not one that you'd just be like, this is terrible. You guys shouldn't be getting married here.
I don't really think it's about the location, just like the people that are there.
Yeah. The worst wedding I ever went to was the one that happened to not have an open bar. But not only that, it was a Baptist wedding. And you know how
they dunking babies in liquids?
Well, no, but they might have been. I didn't see them, but
in the back.
You know how these Baptists are when it comes to the boozing. They say, we don't do no boozing. Ain't no booze allowed. This is not a drinking wedding. Meanwhile, everybody's got their flask, So we took a lot of trips out to the truck and back in, But, like, to have to hide it, I mean, come on.
Then you just got people leaving your wedding
hammered,
going back to the going back to the parking lot. What's 5 minutes of missing this?
Yeah, but these were the kind of folks that no alcohol. We don't drink alcohol. That's the Lord says. Okay, all right, brother. So anyway, but most weddings are fun. Sam, you good? You got anything to report? Any news?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I did have maybe a question, not a hypothetical, just a question to stir up some conversation on the show. As I leave my neighborhood every morning, some days I can get out of there just like first car, boom, peel right out. Nobody's coming from either direction. And then there's days like today where I waited like legitimately 8 minutes to get out of my neighborhood because I'm on like a tough little stretch there where it's kind of 2 hills. I'm kind of in the valley and there's kind of a hill that's coming from the left and a hill coming from the right. And there's people constantly coming because there's not really traffic lights by my place. And so
stop sign gets backed up.
Yeah. There's just nowhere to like for traffic to stop. So you just got to find that perfect pocket. I think it is, it should be a neighborhood courtesy for people that are pulling in from one direction to kind of stop traffic from either way to let people pulling out of their neighborhood come in. You know what I'm saying here? Where like you don't have to stop the entire line for like multiple minutes, but it's just like a quick, you step on your brakes a little bit, you kind of flash the lights to let them know, hey, you can peel out in front of me.
Is it a main road that this is happening on?
Yeah, this is right on level.
That's quite.
See, if it's on a main road, can't do it. If it's like a side road, absolutely.
But it's not like, I don't like it's enough of a side road to where it's not a burden to have to stop these people. There's probably 30% of the neighborhood that stops for me and lets me out, and I do the same thing. I try to let people through. But there's a couple guys that just don't peel out, and then I like kind of give them a long stare whenever they're turning into the neighborhood, and I'm just like, you could have done so much better.
You know, the one world government tried to fix this about 5-6 years ago with COVID, but too many people survived it. And because of that, we still have these problems. You know, they tried to kill off a good bit of the population, but the strand was just not strong enough. Too many people lived. You know, everyone wants to talk about how many people died during COVID, but the real problem is how many of us lived. People should have been killed off. Guys like me, I shouldn't be here right now. You know, anyone morbidly obese, over 300 pounds, you know, all the old people, like, we should have all been dead so that you guys wouldn't have these type of problems today.
That was our one attempt at population control, and it failed.
Yeah, they botched it.
So that reminds me of a situation the same where it's like you're pulling up to like a red light and there's like a gas station or whatever type of like facility on like the right-hand side of the road. They can go out by the red light if they wanted to, but they choose to go through just the regular entrance exit.
Yep.
Here's the problem with that. I will never, like 9.999% out of 10, I'm not going to let you come through. Take the red light, brother. Because now you're depending on my niceness as a human being to let you pass. Because now it's dangerous because you have to cross at least like 1 to maybe 2 lanes of traffic. Maybe I'm far up enough ahead. The guy in the left lane just keeps barreling down, so you could get absolutely cracked.
Well, then sometimes their car doesn't all the way come out.
No.
So like their ass of their car is just kind of hanging out in the middle of the lane, and you're just like, hey, I can't move. You can't move.
All that ass hanging out.
Bikinis, martinis, and we just keep recording. Katie, my lady, yeah.
California, girls.
She's not a good person anymore.
Well, that's what they're saying. You know,
what's she been doing?
A couple of years ago, she got a little drunk at a club and maybe sexually harassed an individual. And now the person's coming out, and Katie's shutting it down, saying, "Nah, you're lying about this whole situation." And then other people are like, "Yeah, she's kind of been very inappropriate towards me in the past as well."
There's a lot of rumors going around.
She's also with the former Prime Minister of Canada.
I knew that one.
That's also a red flag.
Trudeau.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Yeah. How many people do you think? You know, I mentioned COVID, and it got me to thinking. Do you guys think that it's possible that you indirectly killed someone during COVID?
Rudy Gobert, absolutely.
Or like
that man's responsible for so many people.
Like, would you like to know?
No.
Because I think it's possible.
I don't think you want that on your conscience.
No. But like, you'd have no way of knowing, really.
I'm going to go with no, because like I view that as like directly with full intent of, you know, it's not my fault that they got sick in their immune system and then they couldn't battle past. And now if it's like, oh, they happened to get involved.
No, I'm saying it is your fault though. Like, you sneezed in public and those particles went into the air.
But think about all the other particles.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was your particles. Like, theoretically.
How can we nail that down, though?
Well, you can't. That's what I'm just saying.
So then you just have like 10
unnecessary
hypothetical
guilt.
Murders.
Yeah, come on.
That's just what I'm asking.
You wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
I'm just saying, if we're being truthful, like if you
Could dogs get COVID?
If you took all the guys at the station, everybody who's here, you know, there's what, 12 to 15 people that work here. I would bet someone here indirectly killed someone. At least one of us probably did. And like, you don't really think about it because it's been so, 5 years now. And I mean,
6.
Yeah, 6 years. That's crazy. It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
Bubba, how'd your umpiring go? How'd you do?
Move aside, Angel Hernandez. There's a new bad boy in town.
Okay.
It could have went better. It could have been a whole lot worse, though.
Did you get yelled at by any dads?
Yeah.
You did?
And the coaches.
Really?
So, first game, learning game, never done this before, so I was out in the field just kind of, roaming around. There's 3 positions, but the field is pretty small, so I, got back a little bit between the dirt and the outfield. Kind of going there, and at one point the coaches let me have it because we had, some weather issues. Like there was lightning way off in the distance.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I got that's 3 lightning strikes, man." I was like, "Thank you, sir. We're gonna keep a monitor."
Play
on
ball.
and then it just absolutely starts pouring down
Yeah.
for a bit, and I'm like, "All right, So I'm speaking with the other guy with me. And I'm like, "All right, man, what's the rule for the weather here?" And he goes, "Don't know." So we just pull out our phone and call the head umpire, like over the league, and we're just like, "Hey, what's the ruling on this?" And he's like, "Until somebody up above gives like the go to cancel or delay or anything like that, just keep playing."
Oh my God.
I'm like, "All right, coaches, you hear that? We're keeping play."
Through the thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, Bubba,
We got Bubba Kelly over here.
I was driving in that storm. It came through pretty heavy.
Yeah, no, I got absolutely soaked, and a lot of the kids did too. And that was that. And then the second game, I was behind the plate, which was even worse because it was going smooth until a couple situations I could have been better about. At one point, like the ball hit the kid, but it also hit the bat, and I thought it hit the bat first instead of the kid. So I was like, foul ball, it's unfortunate that it would also hit the kid, because it's like, in the first game, there's a kid who I thought he got beamed, but he said it hit the top of his bat, and I was like, "Oh, it's sportsmanship, like you should have lied." But in this situation, the kid's like, "No, I hit the bat instead of me," and I was like, "All right, like foul ball," and I was like, "Okay," and then the dude's like, "I hit him, that hit him." I was like, "Brother, like the kid's saying that." So there was that, and then there was like a play that happened at third, and the runner was still. Or not, excuse me, the batter was still like in the box, like great count, like 2-2. That's on me for not knowing the rules. I thought they kept the same count.
Says the umpire.
Yeah. But they come out and all like, "All right, previous batter, please step out, And they're just like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Well, the out wasn't on him. It was out on the tag at like third." So then there's a little debacle there. And then there was a fair ball that I called fair. The umpire out in the field called foul, and they were listening to him instead of me. And then it's like, all right, time, got to get everybody here on the same page.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, and then the coach is like, "What the hell is going on? You gonna let this guy undermine you out here?" I was like, "Hold on, brother. Like,
you're out of here."
It's like, if you only knew, like, I've never done this before, brother. You want me to tell you that? I don't know what's going on out here.
You should have ejected a coach.
No. And then there's like 1 or 2 balls and strikes that bad call. It happens. I guess the ball hit the plate instead of whatever for one of them. I couldn't see the kid, the way his body was, the catcher and all that stuff. Great on him because I called it a strike, and the catcher immediately goes, "Hey man, thank you for that so much. That bounce, but we appreciate it here." And I was like, "Ah, son of a gun." And there was also, I had to get on the kid too, because it's like, I'm okay with jarring and just making ruckus out there. I'm one of those chaos minds. But this kid would not stop. And it got so bad to the point where the pitcher, because the kid was on third or whatever, he would dance to second base and he'd start dancing to third.
He's one of those that
and just constantly giving it to him. And then so when he's on third, waiting to go home, the pitcher at one point got so flustered that he runs over to third base just randomly with the ball.
He's one of these new age TikTok players.
He's a Savannah Bananas guy.
And the kid's constantly trying to sing songs but bleeping out explicit parts and stuff. And I'm laughing because it's kind of funny, but also it's all right, we can't have this, man. We got to respect the integrity of the game here for the kid.
Game. That's right.
So I felt bad for trying to be hey, man, I appreciate your competitiveness, but please just tone it down on the insults and just the chatter just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Enough of the antics.
A little dugout rally is fine, but you're out here in the field just constantly talking. Come on, man.
Okay. So, you missed a couple of calls at the plate.
I'd give myself a 79 to 82 range last night out of 100.
Missed a couple calls at the plate. A couple of kids got hit by pitches, and one got struck by lightning. But other than that,
need to be more confident in the calls with the field going forward. If I'm, head ump versus just field ump. So,
how were you at dusting off the plate?
I was pretty damn good at it. Yeah, brother. That plate.
I think that'd be my favorite part of being
was sparkling.
Yeah.
Hey, every major league umpire once umped his first game.
Yeah, I just wish because I'm not gonna tell the coaches it's my first game. Please go easy on me.
Right.
Because then they're going to be like, oh, shoot, dude. Like, we can get away with anything. Or like, hey, we're really going to try to be strict on this guy. So I tried to act like I'd been there before, but it was pretty obvious because it's like I don't know what the hell's going on half the time.
Did y'all see Tony Vitello's interaction yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you have anything like that, Bubba?
No, I would never lash out. It's funny because it's like I do understand and I sympathize with the umpires because it's like after a bad call because it's like there's an older gentleman behind me, like, you know, behind the backstop, like sitting. And after I made like that poor like strike call, he goes, "Oh, are you sure, man? Are you sure?" And I was like, "Brother, what do you want me to say? Yeah? No?"
I missed it. What do you want me to say? Just enjoy, sir. Excuse me.
I hope your kid has a fun time today. I hope he makes friends and memories when he gets home.
Why don't you just sit there and enjoy the lightning in the sky, sir?
I do have to admit, though, I was a villain. The game, it was getting pretty close. Home team was down, but it was like, you know, last inning time rules and stuff like that. So they were in the 5th instead of the 6th. So we had to like cut an inning early. But they had the bases loaded. The kid threw like 12 balls in a row. And at some point, it's like, you want to be lenient, but also you can't do that because you've had your zone the whole night. So you can't be going like crazy with it. But like, they were down by 6 runs, dude. The most that you can get in an inning is 5. Unless the last inning somehow affects things, which again, I don't know the rules. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I was like,
you love hearing that from your umpire. Look, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know the
rules.
Yeah,
the bases loaded, and it's like the kid walked like 5 batters, and I'm like, oh man, dude, like, what do I do here?
It's gonna drag on.
So I was kind of like, you know what, man? It's already 9:15 at night. I kind of want to go home. So maybe the call should have been a ball instead of a strike, but I did that to end the game with the bases loaded, and they were trying to rally back, but they didn't get that chance because I called the kid out on strike 3. But also, go to bed. It's a school night. Do your homework. Get cleaned up. Get ready for school tomorrow.
They had to go to bed. We got to go to break. Segment 1 in the book. We'll be back with the story of the day. Figure out what that is here on the other side. Stick with us. Talk Sports.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work-hard, play-hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious, and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311. Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Another day, another portal commitment for the Deacon, Rick Barnes, and the fellas over there, the staff. Tennessee gets, or not a portal commitment. I'm sorry. My bad.
Everything's the portal of these days, it feels like.
I misspoke, okay? I misspoke. A commitment, but not a portal commitment. This is a regular old commitment, right, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Washington Jr., 4-star forward in the 2026 class. The number 1 player in the state of Tennessee. Had some offers, I believe, from Auburn, USC, Villanova, Ole Miss, some decent schools there. So Tennessee lands Chris Washington Jr. yesterday. That is the most recent addition for Rick Barnes.
Let's keep this one rolling. I mean, you might as well go get a high school kid that, has got some high upside. I feel like maybe you kind of lose like that Amari Evans type guy, Cody, but you get a Chris Washington in here. I know they're not the exact same type of player. Washington a little bit bigger there at 6'9", but top 50 recruit, another 4-star kid. Based on everything that I've seen, just like a super athlete, can kind of just jump out of the gym, go be kind of a rim protector at his size, but also just kind of that lob threat, open floor out in transition, using his speed, using his athleticism to be able to get to the hoop. So Rick just continuing to bat 1,000 really pretty much in this transfer portal. I feel like that's kind of been maybe one of the biggest stories of like this transfer portal cycle so far is that if you're getting on campus to Tennessee, you're probably not leaving without being a Vol.
That's how it's gone so far. Now they also hosted Terrence Hill Jr. yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no word on him yet, but you hope to maybe see that come through in the coming days. That would be the hope. But yeah, Chris Washington Jr., former Alabama commitment too. So I didn't mention Alabama there, but that was another school that was obviously interested in him. He decided back in November he did not want to be a part of that rotten culture down there in Tuscaloosa. So he becomes Tennessee's highest-ranked recruit in the freshman class. You mentioned it. He's at top 50 nationally.
Mm-hmm.
So 6'9" wing type of player. Kind of looks like a Nate Ament build. Not as talented. Not quite the same level of player, of course, but still top 50. It's a good piece to add. A good addition. Do you think a guy like that sees any playing time as a freshman?
I feel like he's got to get in the rotation a little bit. I mean, you saw it with pretty much everyone in this freshman class this year. I know that Troy Henderson kind of got hurt a little bit at times, but I'd be kind of surprised if you at least don't kind of see like a Dwayne Brown type of like minutes rotation for him. He gets 5 to 10 a game. Some nights, the team gets in foul trouble or there's an injury or something, and maybe he turns into more of like a 15 minutes a night guy, and you need to rely on him to get you some buckets. It's, a couple points in the season, but I think that's a guy that hopefully you can, in this era of the transfer portal, maybe you can keep him around, and you know you don't have other suitors going for him, but I think you got to keep him, going at the start in his career, so he doesn't transfer immediately, type of thing.
Keep him hanging on.
Yeah, you got to throw him a little bit of a bone, right?
Yeah, you got to keep the carrot on the string attached as he's running. You know, you got to keep it in front of him to make an analogy of was that a rabbit? If a rabbit wants to try to, or maybe like a dog, like with the piece of meat, you keep.
You're always chasing another carrot or something.
Yeah, keep the steak hanging in front. I mean, I wouldn't really. I mean, myself, I wouldn't really keep going for a carrot. You know, I'd probably give up on it after just a little bit,
mile or so.
But a big juicy steak, like you hang a ribeye in front of me, that's a different story.
Or like $1 million.
Yeah. I got some steak yesterday at Cava. You know Cava. They do pretty good. They got good fresh stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's always fresh, good ingredients, good quality. If you get a side of steak, it's $8.41.
Just a side of it?
Yeah, and
it better be a whole damn ribeye.
Well, to me, it felt like a pretty good deal because she filled my bowl. I kind of felt like a dog in there because she just handed me my bowl and it's just steak. Here you are, sir. And she filled it pretty good, like halfway up, and it is a good amount of steak. I don't know if you always get a good amount, but it was 4 good spoonfuls. I said, just give me a side of steak.
That was on top of everything that you already, like the regular bowl you ordered?
I didn't get a bowl. All I got was a steak. I said, yeah, just give me a side of steak. $8 and some change. I thought it was personally, I thought it was a pretty good portion. And maybe they are inclined to give you a little bit more when you
that's all you're getting.
Yeah, when you order it that way. They don't want that bowl to look, it seemed to me like basically she wanted to make sure the bottom of the bowl was covered. Like there weren't any spaces where I could see the cardboard. It was 4 good spoonfuls, and it's a lot of chewing, with steak. It's I thought it was a pretty good deal, fair deal. It's good quality. It tastes good, nice and tender. So,
honestly, that's probably the way to do it.
Yeah, it was decent. Anyway, so this guy, he's from Murfreesboro, so he's a mid-state guy. Chris Washington Jr. started at the Providence Christian Academy in Lilburn, Georgia. So I guess he went down there to play basketball, but he's from Murfreesboro. So Tennessee offered him back in January, and they sealed it up this week with a Knoxville visit earlier this week. So he joins 4-star forwards Ralph Scott and Manny Green, along with the Chicago point guard Marquise Clark. So we will monitor what kind of minutes he gets, see how stacked this roster ends up being.
You may got y'all have already talked about this. Wow, words are hard. When I was in the bathroom, but so does it concern you or not really that they're all kind of the same size and length and maybe different skill sets, but like, is that just a new trend towards like the gameplay and the type of setup that the coaches want to have on the floor, or is it just like at least one of these guys might be good at their position?
You mean the type of guys they're bringing in right now?
Yeah, because they're all at least like 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", around that 200-pound mark, small forward, kind of 3-4 kind of, position. So,
well, some of them have different qualities. Like Lundblade, he's pretty much just a sharpshooter, right? Like that's his game. He's a big shooter. And then some of the other guys are better at driving to the rim. Like they said, it's Jalen Harrelson. I was listening to the guy on the drive yesterday. They had a basketball guy on there, and he was really talking about Harrelson being a big-time pickup. Like he can get to the rim. He gets downhill. So I think there's a little variation in the skill set with some of these guys.
But like for the recruits, though, because it's like Ralph Scott, 6'8", Manny Green, 6'6".
Oh, you just mean the freshman?
Chris Washington, 6'9".
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, most basketball players are tall. Most of them are going to be at least 6'6", 6'7".
I feel like we're taking like the Houston approach of just stacking a bunch of guys that are like 6'6" to 6'9", and just knowing that they have like maybe the wingspan. They've got like the 7-foot wingspan, but they're 6'8" or something.
You want to get those guys that can tie their shoes standing up. That's what you want. Is the big wingspan guys.
What would be like your recruiting pitch? You walk into a player's house for
tie
an
your
in-home
shoes
visit.
right now, son.
Uh-huh.
I would take a basketball shoe, a sneaker, and I would right in front of him. I would unlace the laces. I would pull it all apart, and I'd say, "What's this look like to you, son?" He said, "Well, sir, that's an untied sneaker." I'd say, "Okay." I'd put it down on the ground, and I'd say, "Now I want you to stand straight, stand tall, and put that shoe on your foot and tie it." And the minute those shoulders go forward, I say, "We're on to the next one." We're on to the next one. You want those guys that have a 7-foot wingspan to, 7'6", about like that. That's how you block shots and get rebounds. And, you just got to be physically athletic. Physical freaks. That's what I'm looking for.
No knee problems putting the shoes on.
Right.
It can just bend right over.
Yeah. The minute a guy tells me his knee's a little sore, I say, we're out of here. Yeah. Thank you, Mama, for the home-cooked meal, but we ain't interested. Your boy can go to Auburn.
You stay for the rest of the meal, but then you just tell him that you're not interested at the end of the night.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, we're gonna eat. We're gonna stay and eat.
That would be a fun question to ask coaches. Power rank your favorite in-home visit meals you've ever had. You think they could recognize that?
That's an idea for a story, Sam. They do this every year, the college football, like in the off season. They've always got these list pieces they're going to hit. And they always do the one that's like the anonymous coach quotes about the other coaches in the league. That's always a hit. But you just had the idea right there. That's what they need to do. What was your favorite meal you ever had in a recruit's home, being hosted for the family dinner? Because I bet they've gotten some good cooking over the years. Think about a guy like Rick Barnes. He's been doing this 40 years. He's had some good meals.
Mm-hmm.
Probably had some liverwurst to die for. He likes liverwurst. Odd food. I never had it, but it seems odd.
Are you sure he likes that?
Yeah. Yeah,
he said it?
Yeah, he's on record liking liverwurst. What'd you say, Bubba?
I was going to wonder how often, the coaches and how much they've spent on, food and stuff for recruiting the kids.
Well, there was a story published a couple months ago that Tennessee was the biggest spender when it comes to recruiting stuff like that in men's college basketball.
Is Rick Barnes constantly taking these boys out to, Lonesome Dove or Ye Old Steakhouse, or is it hey, man?
Well, it seems like we're whining and dining them pretty good, because I do remember that stat that came out that our budget is we spend the most money in college basketball on that kind of stuff. Not necessarily the most in NIL, but the most in our recruiting efforts. So I'd say they're eating pretty good. Did you look up liverwurst?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Looks gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if coach likes it,
I'm glad he does. That's got to be the cheapest thing that he still does, right?
I don't know.
I can't imagine that costs you all too much.
Rick's wearing the same pair of pants 3 days in a row, brother.
What does it look like? Is it just I've never seen it.
Oh, you've never Googled it?
No, I don't know what I don't know what it is.
It's spam.
Yeah, it looks like spam.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I was imagining, just a clumped up.
You can also get it in spread form, like a little pate kind of.
I don't think I'd want that.
I feel it'd be pretty good. You're out fishing, you got some crackers and liverwurst.
You're spreading the liverwurst on a cracker.
Yeah.
Have you had it? You haven't had it?
No, but I'm do that. Also, can't cheese whiz spread on top of that too.
Look, I like spam as much as the next guy.
That's like a preservative, Lunchable.
I'm looking at a picture of the worst sandwich ever created.
Yeah.
It's just 2 pieces of rye bread, liverwurst, raw onions, pickles, and mustard on this thing.
The worst sandwich?
Doesn't sound
just
great.
Look at that, Bubba.
Oh, my God.
That looks like...
It's the worst sandwich.
I might like it, if I'm being honest, if I tried it, because I like spam and I like them Vienna sausages. Those.
It's like the southern version of spam masubi.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like it, honestly.
Of what? What's it called? Is that Japanese?
Spam musubi. You never heard of that?
No.
It's like the spam and rice and then the seaweed wraps.
You've seen it. It's just like the piece of spam. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a name for that, but yeah. Yeah, like American sushi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spam and rice. Well, we also hosted Terrence Hill Jr. That's kind of the big. Would you say that's the biggest name people are keeping an eye on right now? I mean, obviously Juke Harris.
Yeah.
But that timeline might be a little longer with Juke Harris.
And I think you just need a point guard really bad now too. You know, you've gotten a lot of these like forwards, Juke Harris, you know, kind of that guard forward type of guy, but
Ethan Burke's still on the team.
Maybe.
Well, let's take a quick timeout, and we'll talk more about Terrence Hill Jr. on the other side, and kind of look at what Tennessee is planning to do in the portal here in the coming days. It all seems to be coming together pretty well. So we'll talk about it. Stick with us. Talk Sports here on your Friday morning.
Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox, Fox Sports Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Yeah, you got me throwing blue strips.
Terrence Hill Jr. You tell me this guy could be a pretty good ball handler?
I think he's probably your best available option. I mean, obviously, I think every Tennessee fan would probably want Tyler Tanner, but he's clearly not in the portal, and that seems like just kind of a message board dream at this point, maybe, or, maybe there's still just a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think Terrence Hill's probably, if we learned anything from last year, I feel like we kind of waited on some guys and we didn't get those guys, and then you kind of ended up in the situation that you did at the 2 guard. So I think this year they're just saying, all right, this guy is our clear plan B, and let's go get him.
Let's go get him.
Isaac Trotter, 247 Sports yesterday appeared here on our air and said Terrence Hill Jr. reminds him of Jacoby Gillespie when he was at Belmont. And
underrated.
Yeah, so this was a guy at VCU. Didn't you tell me a day or two ago, or maybe John said this, he scored like 34 points in that game?
Yeah, no, he
against North Carolina, right?
He had a great showing in the NCAA tournament to really kind of.
I mean, that's all I need to hear, honestly. That guy was a big part of the reason, if not reason number one. I mean, it sounds like scoring 30 points that VCU came back and won that game. He's obviously a baller.
I think he's a guy that you definitely have to, that's not someone that you're going to like stick your nose up at and say, I'm searching for a better guy. We're going to let you get off campus and maybe we'll hit you back up again type of thing. I think he's a talented enough player, and you've also just got enough talent on the rest of this roster now throughout the transfer portal where he doesn't have to come in and like be Jacoby Gillespie for what he was on this year's team, where we kind of asked Jacoby to be 2 positions in one. I think this guy can really just kind of play his role, and there's more talent around him right now.
He's also a guy that Kansas wanted. He visited Kansas on Monday and did not commit on the spot or anything to the Jayhawks. So he's at least hearing us out and giving us a real visit. Also
seems like a guy that's not really turnover prone, which is pretty huge considering that was a lot of our problem this season.
Well, Gillespie, he was kind of a turnover guy, for as good as the rest of his game was. He did turn the ball over. So Terrence Hill, it sounds like we wined and dined him pretty good yesterday. Did you see where the students painted the rock?
Yeah.
Spelled his name wrong.
They did?
No, that's not good.
How's it spelled?
I don't know if they actually spelled it wrong.
They didn't.
Oh.
Terrence. How else would you spell Terrence?
Yeah, looks right to me.
All right, then. They painted the rock and said, "Come home, Terrence, GBO." I would be pretty excited about this guy. I mean, between him and Harrelson, it's hard not to be kind of excited if you then think about the possibility of adding Juke Harris, especially to that. I mean,
God forbid Nate Amon.
I was going to say Juke Harris would be kind of a cherry on top, and then if Nate Amon were
it's
to
like
come,
getting a whole nother cake.
Yeah, that's like another Sunday in itself.
If you're Nate Amon, how are you looking at this team? Like, if we do have the money to bring him back, let's just say that we do. How are you looking at this team and not, if you're the 15th pick in the draft or something, and you look at all this talent that's, gotten added to this team now, and for as good as, or, for as probably as much as we overachieved on our expectations maybe for this year's team, felt like the strategy was pretty much, all right, if we can shut down Jacoby Gillespie, we can key in on Nate Amon, but now there's going to be 3, 4, 5 other options on this team that can go score it. And I think Nate's going to get a lot of, one-on-one coverage. And we saw him at times when he was able to just get one-on-one, he could just go, make a killing.
Man, it's hard not to be pretty excited when you look at the names. Like, you would come into the year as a top 5 team. Like,
I think so.
I don't know how you couldn't if you got Juke Harris along with Hill, along with Harrelson, and then Nate Ament would be ridiculous. Like to bring him back. Like, but I'm gonna assume even if we don't, like, let's just play the odds here and say, let's say between, because we already got Harrelson, so between Terrence Hill, Juke Harris, and Nate Ament, you get 2 out of the 3. Probably the one you don't get being Nate. Like, I think we feel good about the other guys, right?
Yeah.
And, maybe something goes wrong where you don't get one of them. But let's say you get Terrence Hill and you get Juke Harris and Harrelson. Everybody's last name with an H. It would be the Triple H. That's what we could call. Yeah, Triple H. You might come into the season as a top 10 team with Hill, Harris, and Harrelson kind of being that trio. Plus you got Day-Day Ames, you got Lundblade. That's quite a bit right there to be excited about in itself.
Yeah, like you look at that team and you have like legitimate scoring threats coming off of your bench, whereas, it's felt like in years past with Tennessee, the 6th or 7th man coming off the bench is that like grit and grind defensive player that's going to kind of, take away the opponent's best player, but maybe they're not just the biggest threat to go score the ball. And now you've got a guy like Lundblade potentially coming off the bench that's going to go shoot it at a 40 to 45% clip from 3. And then you maybe have Day-Day Ames coming off the bench who can go, play point guard, can go just be a scorer. Like the versatility and the depth of this team, I think is already, you're feeling really good about it. And there's still a couple players that you feel like you could go land, to continue.
The Kansas fans, just reading through the comments here, they were really kind of upset that they didn't get a commitment from him. They're big on this guy. They said, do not let Hill out of Lawrence without a commitment. Another guy says, need him to commit before leaving campus. Big Harry Vols says, Kansas is just a bunch of flat fields, young man. You need mountains.
That is true.
Yeah, there really is not a lot around Lawrence, Kansas. You're not far from Kansas City there, which is
that's the most boring state I've ever been through.
Kansas? Oh yeah.
It's awful.
Well, there's a thing going around about I saw somebody was ranking the most boring, worst stretches of interstate in America. And I see a lot of people talking about I-95 and some stuff down south and stuff, but as someone who I feel like I've done a pretty good amount of travel, I-70 through Kansas, once you get through Kansas, once you're out of Kansas City and you're just going west, there's pretty much not anything until you get to Denver.
It's just oil derricks.
It's it's windmills, and you get to there's Topeka. You get to see Topeka, but that ain't much to see.
They got rodeos out there.
I'm sure they do. That's a boring drive.
They got tornadoes out there.
I tell you, another one is coming south out of Chicago, between Chicago and St. Louis. There ain't nothing, man. That's just farmland. What are your worst stretches of interstate in America? Let us know in the chat. I'm pretty excited about the prospects for this basketball team. We'll keep an eye on it during the show, see if maybe the off chance we might get a commitment early, like sometime today. Hopefully that'd be cool. I'm not sure what the time frame will be on some of these guys. We
never get news.
We very rarely get news. Sometimes we get news during the show. It's usually if somebody dies, like an old celebrity dies.
I've never worked on a show here where I get news in the middle of the show.
Doing the midday, you didn't feel like you got
a little bit maybe. So
Seems
even that, it was only probably in the last hour of our show, 12 to 1.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess because you guys were 10 to 1, right? Yeah. That 10 to 1 slot. Me and John did that for years too. We didn't. There's not as much news in the morning as there is in the afternoon, for sure. But when we were 12-3, we got a good bit of
Oh, yeah. A lot of stuff starts to break around lunchtime, I feel like.
Yeah, we got a good bit of news there. Well, hour 1 is in the books. We will do hour 2 next. Stick with us here on Talk Sports, your Friday edition.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC. Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
It's baseball time in Knoxville. Your Knoxville Smokies are back in action and back home next week. Join us for a week packed full of fun with All-You-Can-Eat Wednesday, our Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, come dance with the Smokies and fireworks on Saturday, and we're halfway to Halloween on Sunday. Woo! What a week. Reserve your seats now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Knoxville Smokies.
What Vanderbilt does well, and they do it very well. In fact, they are the best in the country right now at post defense.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Like, you're not going to be able to dump the ball into Grant and get easy buckets. They're allowing about a half a point on post-ups. They're forcing turnovers on 20% of post-ups.
They're number one in John, he did a good job putting that one together. It always cracks me up. We got some old classics. We got some old ones I think we need to get rid of that are annoying to me now because I've heard them so many times. But
what are your least favorite ones?
I hate the one where I'm doing some weird voice about like incest in Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that voice was. I think
70% of people think they can have a relationship with their cousin.
You're going to have sex with your first cousin. I think what that was is like we were on I had been doing this impression of the guy from Vegas Vacation. What was the name of the actor? He was the Wallace. It was something. Wallace. What was the guy's name? He was the guy that does the. I don't know, man. This is an old reference, but Changing 500.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah.
His name's like Wallace Scott or something like that, or Wallace Shawn or something. He's got a weird name. I think the guy died recently, but anyway, we were on a thing about him. He also voiced some like dinosaur. Wallace Shawn, I can't remember. Somebody in the chat maybe let us know, or don't. We can also just move on. But we were on a thing about him or something, and I was like doing impressions of him, and like that's how that happened. But I don't know. That one gets on my nerves.
There are a few that like you listen to them and you're like, Yeah. And there's a couple that make me laugh every single time I play.
Yeah. There's also some great ones that have been lost over the years, that have been lost in the shuffle. Like one of my favorites all time was about the elephants. We were talking about these elephants in Africa. And I can still remember their names. It was Ambika, Shantai, Malia, or something like that. Well, I guess I can't. Bozi, Kamala. Like I can't remember all their names, but anyway.
Did they just get deleted from the system? I've always wanted to refresh these, but they're kind of hard. It's hard to refresh.
We've lost a lot of good stuff over the years because that system's got to be cleaned out every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And we have lost some real gold that was in there. And I've tried to search back like in emails and stuff because John used to, like when he would get one done, he would email it to me. And like I found some good stuff in there, but
your carjacking one with like, the Arms of the Angel playing in the background, it was always one of my favorites too.
Yeah. Somebody else mentioned that one in the chat. They said we need to get rid of the one about me being held at gunpoint because that definitely happened. That one's crazy because that was like an omen, that it's crazy how like on the nose that ended up being. Yeah, you just give them your wallet.
Can we keep the jumper?
Which one?
Wish you was out from that ledge, my.
Oh yeah, you're like, I'm just gonna jump off the top of the Empire State Building in the Publishers Clearinghouse.
Oh yeah, first person to land on wins the Publishers Clearinghouse. That one I love though. That John, he's like, yeah, I don't think Grant Williams is gonna have a very good game. It's not gonna be a night where he goes off or anything. And then the announcer, Grant Williams with a historic performance, 43 points, Player of the Year, stamping his name on the trophy.
I think one of my favorites is the technology one, where it's like, is technology ruining human interaction? And you give like a 3-minute explanation of it, and John's like, just take the point, man.
Sometimes the only interaction you get is Uber Eats. Let's get to some news here. You guys got anything going on in the world of sports today?
Well, in the world of sports, we have a follow-up to something that you brought to our attention the other day. Miss Chrissy Freud, the outspoken woman in sports who condemned Diana Rossini.
Let's pause on that one because I want to spend more time on it.
All right.
Because my group chat was popping yesterday, I'll tell you. The timing of that was crazy. But yeah, we'll talk more about Chrissy and the whole Rossini situation.
All right, we'll move on to Mike Trout making history in Yankee Stadium as he homered 5 times in 5 days. He joins Jimmy Fox all the way back in 1933, Darrell Evans in 85, and George Bell as the only players with 5 home runs in the series against the Yankees.
You're telling me Mike Trout homered 5 times in 5 days?
Against the Yankees.
Wow. That's pretty rare, it sounds like.
For a guy on the decline, absolutely.
Yeah, well, he's obviously still. It's like Toby Keith, you know. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
R.I.P.
Yeah, Mike Trout. Yeah, wow, 4 games too.
Have you seen the story about the former Alabama player facing charges of wire fraud and identity theft?
Oh yeah,
This is wild.
After he allegedly tried to impersonate Michael Penix, David Njoku, and Xavier McKinney.
Yeah, man, I saw that come across the timeline yesterday, and he's a former football player.
Luther Davis pretended to be these 3 different players back in May 2023 until October 2024 to secure loans from multiple lending agencies. He would wear wigs and use fake driver's licenses to impersonate them.
He almost got $20 million.
Wow.
Obtained at least 13 fraudulent loans totaling more than $19,845,000.
I mean, you know, I was going to say it seems like a pretty good scheme if you have the build of a former college football player, like you could maybe get by with it. So what exactly was he doing? I'm reading through it here. He was pretending to be NFL players to secure loans. Like what kind of loans?
It says the scheme began with the registration in Georgia of fake companies with the names closely related to the players' names and initials.
He used MP instead of Michael Penix. I feel like he kind of gets a little leeway with this, because it's like athletes being celebrities. I feel like they do as much as they can to try to keep that down low profile. But also, I don't know how that would differ if they're trying to sign off on, promissory notes and stuff like that.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out is, like, what was he getting the loans for? Or like, why were they lending to him? Is it because they assumed he had the income of an NFL player?
Maybe, yeah. I just find it hilarious that there's a guy out there that's like putting on a costume basically to cosplay as Michael Penix.
You wear a do-rag to become Michael Penix.
Yeah.
You wear a shiesty to become David Njoku. You wear makeup to become Xavier McKinney.
So this Luther Davis was the guy, former Alabama football player. He also used fake driver's licenses. So he says he was trying to secure loans from multiple lending agencies. I mean, obviously it worked to an extent. He got nearly $20 million in loans. I mean, it's pretty dumb in hindsight when you realize that, like, obviously that's going to come around to bite you, but
I'm just ready for this documentary. You know that's going to be a good documentary.
Plea hearing scheduled for April. Yeah, so identity theft. Yeah, I mean, he's looking at a couple of charges here. To convince lenders they were the players, he fabricated personal financial statements, Secretary of State documents, and bank statements for companies purportedly operated by the players.
He kind of sucked as a player for Alabama.
When did he play there? Did he play under Saban?
From 07 to 2010.
That would be Saban.
He had 21 solo tackles, 26 assisted, 8 tackles for loss, no sacks.
Well, that's interesting because I'm seeing a tweet that apparently this guy acted as a bag man for Alabama in 2012 and 2013.
Oh.
So they're just mulling around, unless they have multiple Luther Davises in the Alabama program, which is possible. A lot of people in the world.
All in all, the court filing says there were at least 13 fake loans for close to $20 million. The lenders would wire money to accounts controlled by him for fake companies set up, and then they transferred the money into companies that he actually owned. So, I mean, it's a pretty interesting scheme he was running. He obviously put some effort into it. Like the actual dressing up with wigs and do-rags and stuff like that, that's crazy.
Yeah. Do you ever like read these stories and think, you got to respect the effort a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like
mean, I respect the effort. And typically white collar crimes like this, like, a guy like this, if he does a little prison time, first of all, he's going to be in probably like a pretty relaxed prison. Most white collar crimes you're not in there with the murderers. And so he'll do his time. Like if he was able to get a little bit of that money offshore, maybe it'll be worth it in the long run, Maybe he'll still be able to access it. They'll probably, though, the penalties and everything, he probably won't be able to get ahead on it. But, I mean.
You think he acts like Michael Penix in jail?
I don't know.
Hurt?
I imagine a former Alabama football player would do pretty well in jail. Like if he's big and strong enough to look like an NFL player to pass as one, he'd probably be okay in there. Nobody's going to mess with a guy like that. So, I don't know. Was it worth it, Luther Davis?
I have to clarify. Mike Trout homered 5 times in 4 games, not 5 games.
Yeah, that's what I read when I was looking at that as you were saying that. 4 times. 4. I mean, even more impressive. What else we got?
We have kind of Oklahoma facing the opposite result Tennessee did. Their linebacker, Owen Heineke, received an injunction, and now he's immediately eligible to play. We tried to do this with Aguilar. Did not work. Does that really affect us? Not really. Who cares?
Very well.
What'd you say, Bubba? Sorry.
Oklahoma's Owen Heineke granted an injunction.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
So he'll get an extra year. He's a linebacker at Oklahoma.
Yep. I think a lot of people are worried about like what's going to come from this whole like ruling that they were saying 5 years of eligibility for players, and like are guys going to be able to get grandfathered in to where like you just let all the seniors back. That seems like a messy can of worms.
Well, it got all weird during COVID, not to bring COVID up for a second time in 2 hours, but it got all weird because everybody got that extra year. And then so you had to let the guys who were around during that time, you had to process them through. And, you had red shirts from medical reasons. You had these grad transfer, all the transfer stuff started happening. It just got all jumbled up kind of at one time. And now I feel like we finally processed through most all of the COVID guys.
And now we're like, all right, let's give everyone 5 years again.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now we don't know what the hell to do. But Owen Heineke, yeah, I mean, he's Oklahoma's best defensive player. So that is big for them. He was the second leading tackler on the team last year. So started his career as a special teamer and emerged as a star last year, linebacker. So that's big for them.
There's an interesting development up in Seattle, as I guess the ownership group there possibly looking to sell the Kraken to make way for an NBA team if it were to happen.
They're going to sell the Kraken?
Nothing's set in stone, but it's...
You're telling me they're going to release the Kraken?
They very well could release the Kraken.
To make way for an NBA team?
Yep.
I mean, Seattle's always mentioned as like the next spot, right? When it comes to the NBA expansion.
Which is interesting because, the Kraken fairly new up there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take that. I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. Until it happens, I won't.
Yeah, keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Anything else?
Non-sports related, yeah, a lot of stuff.
All right. Continue.
We have so I've been keeping up with this development for a couple months now. There's a singer I used to listen to. His name is D4VD.
I saw something about this guy yesterday.
He's been involved in a case where I guess there was a minor that was found completely
dead,
mutilated in the back of his Tesla.
Yeah,
while he was
crazy.
away on like tour and stuff, and then they swept it underneath not swept underneath the rug, but put him on hold. Couldn't find any cause. Just said now he's been arrested for the murder of this 15-year-old girl.
Yeah, I saw this, that they're charging him with murder. So Is this guy famous? I mean, is he pretty?
Not like famous.
How
but
do you
like,
say? What is it? It's a D4VD. You pronounce it David?
Yeah.
Is it okay? See, music these days, man. I don't know.
Pretty much, he was an alternative kind of guy.
Okay.
So in that scene,
Sounds like a little more than we thought, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he murdered a girl allegedly. And
yeah, it's just a bad situation.
I'd say so. So he's they've arrested him for murder. What's he? Let's check this guy out on Spotify. See how famous this guy is. What's our guess for monthly streams here for D4VD?
I'm gonna guess at least like 12 million a month.
Really? So he's that big?
It's probably more since the case.
Wow, it says 22 million monthly listeners. Jeez. He has a song called "Romantic Homicide."
I was just about to say that.
So I have
and also "Sleep Well."
I do recommend two songs from the guy, 2016 and "Worthless." Those are bangers.
You're recommending songs from a murderer?
Yeah, I've listened to these songs multiple times.
Well, you know what they say, Bubba. Separate the art from the artist. That is what they say. Speaking of murders and people dying, an 11th mysterious death has been reported.
Another scientist.
From a U.S. scientist they're now saying this could be linked to some sort of foreign operation.
I'm sure.
President Trump has gotten involved and says he's very concerned about what's going on. An 11th U.S. nuclear scientist whacked.
How scared is number 12 right now?
Oh my God!
Like, are you even leaving your bedroom?
No. If you were a scientist who has worked high up in the U.S. government, particularly on nuclear and or UFO stuff, like I would be absolutely terrified. Like I would hope that there would be like a bunker.
You'd have to hope that like a doomsday prepper.
You couldn't even go to the grocery store. Like you got to stay. No. It's like an Anchorman. Maybe lay low for a while. Brick. Maybe I killed a man with a trident. Maybe lay low for a while.
You couldn't do anything.
No, man. You'd be shaking every day. You'd wake up shaking, just like I'm alive. I'm still alive.
I think I'd lock myself in a windowless room for pretty much every waking hour of the day.
Yeah, just I don't know what you do in that situation. I mean, that's crazy. But and then also I saw that Tennessee has dropped the Pride Month for Nuclear Family Month in June now. We'll be getting rid of, as a state, we will be getting rid of Pride and having Nuclear Family Month, says the governor. So we're all looking forward to that. That's good for the news. You got anything else, Bubba, or next hour? Anything pressing?
I was alerted of this Rumble clip where Trump is speaking on the mysterious disappearances or deaths of these 10 scientists.
Yeah, I saw where he had addressed it or was going to look into it. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully we don't get number 12 today.
I was going to say, give us your guess before the weekend. Like, what are we going to come back to on Monday?
I'm going to say at least one more.
Yeah.
Like you give it a whole weekend. I'm going to say at least number 12 is probably going to. So somebody's getting whacked this weekend.
When do you think it stops? What number do you think it stops at?
I don't know.
When the war's over.
I don't know. I don't know how big of an operation this is. I don't know if this is the Chinese or the Russians or who knows what's going on, man. Who knows? We'll get some more news next hour. Get to something else here on the other side. Take a break here. Stick with us.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Vols fans. Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
So Chrissy got fired. Chrissy.
Santi?
Hey, Chrissy.
Hey, Chrissy, yeah. Take it easy, Chrissy. What is it Paulie says when at the intervention? He's like, take it easy, Chrissy. I think that's what he says when he's
that was a good impression.
Chris
Take
starts
it easy,
calling
Chrissy.
everybody out. Take it easy, Chrissy. Yeah, so Chrissy Freud, this girl, this crazy girl. I mentioned her yesterday on the show, and I kept thinking, like, I was like, we spent too much time talking about her. Like, nobody knows who this girl is. This is just an insider thing in my group chat. Like, nobody cares about this. Let's move on. And that may still be the case, but a lot more people know her today than they did yesterday, because it has gone all the way to the New York Post and TMZ, and Clay Travis is talking about it, and it's kind of a national story now in connection to this Diana Rossini stuff. Can't imagine being featured in the New York Post over something you tweeted,
I mean, Freud was kind of right with these repressed desires, childhood experiences, and internal conflicts.
What? Oh, the other Freud. You're talking about that guy. No, this is a different Freud. Spelled different. Totally different. So Chrissy, USA Today contractor basically is what she was. She's like not even an employee, but she's they hire these, everybody's a 1099. It's like when you work for basically you're a freelancer. But she had some journalism experience in college or whatnot, and then she got out and got a couple of jobs here and there, banged a couple of quarterbacks, and boom, there she is working for USA Today. So it appears that USA Today finally got tired of the drama, and they put out a statement yesterday, USA Today Sports, that they were canning old Chrissy, and they were getting rid of her. They no longer wanted her services for her speaking out about Diana Rossini, essentially, for lack of a better phrase, quote, being a hoe. She called her out. She's like, we all know who you are. We've known forever. You were fighting with women over coaches in the Chili's parking lot. And basically calling out Diana Rossini and calling her a hoe while simultaneously admitting that she had sex with JT Daniels, the former quarterback from USC, right? USC.
And Georgia and West Virginia and Rice.
And Chrissy told us this information completely unnecessarily. We did not need to know about her relationship with JT Daniels, but she told us because she wanted us to know. And if you know Chrissy, like I do, because my group chat has been following her obnoxious tweets now for years, you know that she's all about the attention. She's one of these fame-seeking people who's just got this brain worm that
RFK
needs the attention. different kind of worm in the brain. My group chat, that's why I was so enamored with this yesterday. And I'm probably more interested in this than anybody else is or the audience because, we know who this chick is for years now. We've been following her late night drunk tweets and her look at me tweets. And she's just insufferable online.
So along with this, allegedly, Chrissy Freud was in a relationship with Tommy Stevens.
Well,
who went from Penn State to Mississippi State, I believe.
Well, that's the thing. There's other things coming out now.
And then she reported him for violating protocols because this was during the COVID timeline. And I guess it got him cut maybe.
Well, that's what I saw that. I saw that report, but I'm not trying to slander the girl. Like, I don't know if all that's true. I don't know how many quarterbacks she may or may not have had relations with. I don't know about the Tommy Stevens thing. I saw that come out, though, that he ended up basically being cut from the Saints because of this girl. I don't know if that's true, but I know the JT Daniels stuff is true because she told us all about it. She wanted us to know. She's like, look, when it comes to having sex with somebody you covered, okay, look, I've done it too, all right? We've all been there. But I waited until he was done with football, unlike Diana Rossini, that hoe. So, it's women on women violence, and it's and people are split over this now because Chrissy has kind of become, well, here's how obnoxious she is, Sam. She calls herself a martyr, which may be the craziest thing I've ever seen from her. And I've seen a lot of crazy stuff from her. She basically called herself a martyr yesterday, and people are split over this on the internet because some people, it's kind of gotten political. It's kind of turned into that, this thing has grown and spread this virus into a political talking point now where, it's kind of like cancel culture or maybe not cancel culture, but being fired over having an opinion for something. Like Clay Travis chimed in on it yesterday. And that's funny because people were saying, now Chrissy's going to be the next right-wing grifter. And so it's funny that Clay has come in on this, but
I think Chrissy and Diana Rossini need to start like a women's sports insider company together.
If they're smart, they'll team up.
Yeah.
Oh, if they did a podcast today, I would 100% listen to it.
Yeah. They need to capitalize on this while it's a hot story.
I mean, that's the thing. I got to give it to Chrissy. If nothing else, she's entertaining. Like, I'm very.
Hey, here, let me. You watched.
I've got her tweet notifications on. Last night, she even put out a Stones reference. The song "Under My Thumb."
Okay,
It's basically about like keeping women down. Like that's what she said. But she sent out everything that USA Today sent her, like the email. Hello, Chrissy. I tried to call you, but it wouldn't put me through. Reaching out about the issues being caused by your posts surrounding the Rossini situation, which has turned into its own news-making cycle, which directly ties USA Today to your own independent posts off platform. Much of the Rossini conjecture is unverified, and your comments are now being linked by name to USA Today in several articles. As you can imagine, this is a serious issue for the company, as we would never publish such things on our platform. So essentially, she comes out and calls Rossini a hoe, a bunch of drama, and she gets fired for it. And now it has become a national story on, can you have an opinion outside of, do you represent your employer and all this stuff? I've been very interested in it.
She's earned a new Instagram follower. She also had Mr. Garantano as a follower as well.
Yeah, well, that's another quarterback.
Chrissy's air raid certified.
Yeah, man. It all started with when Mike Leach died, because she went to Mississippi State or she worked in Starkville for a bit or something. Like,
R.I.P.
She just made his whole death about her.
I don't remember that. I don't remember a lot of her.
Well, nobody knows her. We just it's like we just happened to have found her.
You're just in like a little corner of the internet.
We've known her for years, but nobody else really ever knew her. And now this is kind of her 15 minutes of fame. But she made that whole Mike Leach thing about her. And I think that USA Today probably let her go, not over just the Rossini thing. I think that was probably their opening to be like, all right, we can get rid of this crazy chick. Like, because if you just have to scroll through her tweets for about a year and you'll kind of see what she's all about. Just a very me, like main character syndrome is what they call it.
Should we email her? Her email's in her bio. Should we try and maybe get her
on the show?
Her side of the story on the show?
I thought about it. I thought that could be interesting, see if we can get her on the show. But like I said, I don't know how much our audience really cares about this. It's just that, yesterday it was not really a thing, or it was kind of becoming a thing. And now today, like it's all over the internet. So
her Twitter account just makes me laugh, like top to bottom.
It's a lot of it.
Just the things she tweets, and then her header just being a Sun Tzu Art of War quote.
She thinks she's like some badass. Like it's cringy, but you also can't look away.
I interview quarterbacks in my spare time. Like Rossini interviewed head coaches in her spare time.
She's propped up Hendon Hooker back in 23.
Well, that's nice of her.
So I'm on board with this woman.
The craziest thing to me, though, is that, like, I think USA Today fired her because of, like, she came out and basically told the world. Nobody knew this. You know what I'm saying? And there was no reason to even mention it, but she just wanted to come out and tell the world that she had sex with JT Daniels. She did this article with the Daily Caller. Here's her quote, okay? I want to first of all say I am so thankful an outlet does have the audacity to do a story on Diana Rossini being called out. This is her with the Daily Caller. She deserves to have been called out, and all of us know what she's been up to, from fights with other reporters in Chili's parking lots about hooking up with married NFL coaches to everything else. It is almost all certainly true. It was the worst kept secret in the NFL reporting world for a while. Someone once propositioned me to have Diana potentially be my mentor. I declined because I knew what she was about and her track record. This chick didn't know anything about Diana Rossini. She continues, I will say there's a line, all right? So you probably have seen a lot of people coming after me. I'll be transparent, and I would love to use this as the greatest example. Unprompted, she tells us this. I had a strong relationship with former quarterback JT Daniels that, as anyone would imagine under those circumstances, did include multiple sexual encounters, and there was a lot involved. However, JT and I didn't begin that relationship until after he was out of football. I can honestly say I have never slept with a player or coach for professional gain. Diana cannot say the same.
For the love of the game.
That's where the difference is. She just wants everyone to think she's someone.
How mortified is JT Daniels?
Oh, my God. I can't imagine. That's who I want to interview. That's who I'd love to get the scoop on, Chris.
He's like, I thought this girl was out of my life years ago.
Yeah. Well, she came out and claimed months ago a bunch of like abuse stuff about him. She said JT Daniels abused her and all this stuff. And I don't know, if that's true or not. I'm not saying what.
I think we need to email them both.
Do what? Yeah, have them both on the show.
Do like a joint call.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Like we have them both on
Chrissy,
hold.
believe it or not, on the other line, we actually have JT.
Hold on right now. We've got JT Daniels giving his side of the story.
Are you there, JT? I can honestly say I have never slept with a player or coach, ... for professional gain. But see, now this other stuff's coming out, like what you mentioned, Bubba, the Saints quarterback. Like she was close with a lot of these quarterbacks, and it just feels a little bit like throwing rocks in a glass house,
JT Daniels has been retired from football, Cody. That's a huge piece of this story.
The thing, though, that it makes her such a narcissist is like nobody knew about the JT Daniels thing. Nobody knew you had sex with JT Daniels. You just told us that because you wanted us to know. And it's like she wants people to she's like, yeah, look at me.
You think she went through and it's like, who's the most
enough.
attractive guy that I had, a situationship with? And it's like, oh, JT Daniels is pretty handsome. Let me mention him.
I would love to get JT Daniels' thoughts on this. I would.
We'll see if he's got an email on his Twitter.
So
I wonder who the quarterback is that wishes he got name dropped but didn't.
I don't know, man. There's also a third quarterback but it's just rumors.
A third quarterback has entered the
Chrissy. No, I mean, it's just rumors. So I don't want to, like I said, I'm not trying to slander the girl. I obviously don't like her, but I'm not saying she did all this stuff. But there is a lot of stuff going around. It's just that when you call Rossini out like that, and you may or may not have a few skeletons in your own closet, I mean, it's.
Do you think it was right for them to let her go, though?
Well, that part, like I said, I think they probably let her go because of the stuff that had built. Like, I think she's just so much about the drama that they were probably looking for a reason, and they found their reason.
You think it shows a lack of professionalism on her part?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, that's the scoop on Chrissy. Take it easy, Chrissy.
Take it easy, Chrissy.
Sending out the emails that USA Today sent her. I mean, she's just been on a tear. But it's all over the internet now. So maybe Clay Travis will hire her. He quote tweeted it and has made it a bigger issue. So we'll see. But anyway, checking in on the chat. See what everybody's saying over in the chat. Yeah, got a lot of interaction today for no John on the show. Seems like people still like listening to us. Robert, going back to the first segment, says the fan is clearly audible on the app, but he doesn't hear it on the YouTube feed. So sounds like we're good with the fan.
It sounds like we're not good with the fan.
That would imply there's an issue somewhere.
Buck says he got married at the Duck Pond in Fountain City. What is that in reference to? Oh, we were talking about a wedding earlier, I guess. Wife's choice, he said. David writes in, projected starting roster. Terrence Hill Jr., Day-Day Ames, Juke Harrison, Harrelson, Rubin. That's a pretty good starting five. I would take that starting five, wouldn't you? Terrence Hill, Day-Day Ames, Juke Harrison, Harrelson. What's Harrelson's first name?
Jalen
Harrelson, and Miles Rubin. Might need to get another big in there. Reserves, you'd have Troy Henderson, Lundblade. Sounds like a pretty good, maybe even Ethan Berg. Sounds like a pretty good roster to me. Amari Evans has gone to Texas, writes David. Did he go? Was it A&M?
Cade Phillips went to A&M. Amari Evans got crystal balled to Texas. Okay. I don't think he's committed officially.
No commitment yet for Amari. Yeah, I did see Cade Phillips is going to A&M.
I'm good with that. Just don't go to Alabama,
Yeah, is that a surprise? Because everybody said he was going to go to Alabama.
Seemed like it, but maybe A&M just said, hey, I'll probably start you, and I'll probably give you a little more money too.
Probably got that bag secured.
Yeah.
Let's see. District something writes in, building a long athletic team seems like the way to go. All the guys at La Portal average 10-plus points a game. Rick will teach them to play D.
I think one of the coaches that Bubba was, umping against is in the chat. You were a terrible umpire.
Oh, really? Do you think that guy's real?
I don't know.
You got haters in the chat, Bubba?
That would be hilarious if this coach has found a way to find Bubba and just complain about these umpires.
Robert says stopped in Colby, Kansas on his drive to Denver. Cool little bar. It's probably the only bar there in that whole stretch of road. JCH says Seattle is a, quote, sheet hole. Oh, I see what he's going for. I've never been to Seattle. That's one of the only major American cities I haven't been to. Seattle and Boston.
Yeah. Boston?
I've never been to those two.
You got to get to Boston. I'd go to Boston before you go to Seattle. I've never been to Seattle either, but
I've been everywhere else. Buck says Chrissy's way hotter than Rossini. Calm down, Buck. Apparently Chrissy got her NFL practice squad quarterback Tommy Stevens cut. Yeah, that was the rumor. Yeah, Southern Gentleman 8861 says, Bubba, you are a terrible umpire. I haven't seen this guy in the chat before, so he might actually be maybe one of the coaches.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm getting new listeners to the program, I think I'm doing a job here.
There you go. As long as you're getting that attention, right, Chrissy? I mean, Bubba?
I'll advertise Fan Run Radio as I call a kid out for just standing there.
Big Orange Breakdown says them some crazy eyes. He must be talking about Chrissy. Watch it, Chrissy. That's what it is. Thank you, Robert. Robert writes it. Watch it, Chrissy. Not take it easy, Chrissy. Yeah. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much it. T-Lin VFL, what is Chrissy's at? Need to find this story. I think it's just like Chrissy_Freud or something like that. Favorite scene in The Sopranos involving Paulie is when he goes to the medium that sees the dead. Yeah, he throws that chair. I love that scene too. And then finally, Landon writes in, since John isn't here to, quote, big dog anyone, can y'all confirm or deny his athleticism? To hear him talk about winning foot races and bench numbers, you'd think he could outdo any varsity athlete. Well, what I'll say to that is John is in much better shape now than I am. But if you want to look in our primes, at our peaks, I would take me 10 times out of 10 personally because I was an actual varsity athlete. But he is in much better shape than me now. And it's embarrassing to admit he can probably bench more than me now because I just, it's been 12 years since I did anything. I don't know what would happen if I laid down under that bar right now. I don't know if I could get 225 up. I mean, I'd like to think I could, hopefully. Hopefully to God. But I don't know. It's been a long time, man.
And, most of the foot races were against Charlie during kickball. So,
yeah. And he brags about beating Walker in a foot race, also a fat guy. No offense, of course, Walker.
I smoked John in the race.
Oh, yeah.
Going 70%.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
so he's not like Usain Bolt over here, but for,
more like Insane Bolt. Yeah. Yeah, it was just a casual Sunday jog for you out there, wasn't it?
But honestly, I will give him credit. He's a little faster than I expect him to be.
Yeah, I give him credit for being a 38-year-old man. He's pretty good on his feet. Pretty light on his feet. Again, for a 38-year-old man. I respect the speed that he showed. He did whip Walker's ass. And that's not the first foot race I've seen him in. You mentioned Charlie. He whipped Charlie's ass.
Yeah,
in a
and I
foot
guess
race,
you do
so-
have to factor in his age versus Charlie. Like he's got over a decade on the guy.
Yeah.
and he's beaten him.
Yeah.
I think that does count for something.
I would say so. So, I mean, again, for a 38-year-old man, he's got pretty good athleticism. I would say that most of it's warranted. I mean, if you can bench 300 pounds, that's, most people in the world never bench 300 pounds. Most people never sniff 300 pounds. So, I mean, that's a strong number.
Should he just stop?
Stop now? Yeah, he should stop before he tears something in his
go
shoulder.
out on top.
Yeah. If he keeps going, he's absolutely going to get injured.
You can't get much higher than some dude putting a dog collar on you and throwing you a bone and calling you big dog at the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely needs to stop bench pressing now. Yes. Because he is going to rip his pectoral muscle. Especially without using a spotter. He's going to get in a situation. It's going to happen.
He's going to have the bar on his neck, or he's going to, tear his pec. He'll be out of the radio game for like months at a time. It could crush his vocal cords,
Yeah.
Like he goes up to, God forbid, 350 plus. You might not be able to talk again if he drops that thing.
Yeah, he needs to definitely quit while he's ahead. I mean, I don't see it getting any. I mean, it's not like he's going to be 40 benching 400. You know what I mean? Like it's only going downhill from here. So I think he should go out on top.
Did he just reach the summit?
I think he did. Yeah. Because even if you get 315, like you say you did 305, nobody cares if you get 315. And you go any higher than that, you're definitely going to rip your arm off.
Yeah,
So,
like the next level of being impressive is just dangerous at this point.
I think so.
He just has to avoid the dead bodies going down Everest now.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's risk reward, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing left to prove. He showed us he could bench 300. We're impressed. We're proud of him.
He got a new nickname out of it.
Big Dog. Yeah, we'll call you Big Dog for a little bit. It'll get old eventually, but it's impressive. I mean, I'm proud of him. I'm impressed by what he did. He's pretty athletic.
Do you
for
think
his
someone
age.
should have to, like, to have big dog status? Do you think you should be able to prove like once a month that you can go do 300
once a month? Well, I don't know. You'd have to keep working out, right? You'd have to really stay in the gym. And
I just think if I was like running that gym, you don't want to hand out big dog status to anybody, and you feel like you kind of need to renew that membership every so often.
yeah. I mean, if you're going to go by big dog, you got to be the biggest dog in the gym. I mean, you got to kind of, mark your territory, pun intended.
Like I've seen this guy on TikTok, I think, where he doesn't work out ever, but he goes to the gym once a month just to prove that he can still bench 225, and he doesn't work out if he continues to be able to do that. So I feel like that might be maybe not a once a month, but like quarterly in the year, John has to go through and just like keep that big dog status rolling.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he'll keep it going or not. I mean, I would guess once he gets married, it starts to go downhill. That's what happens with most guys, right? You get married and start sitting at home a little more. You're not worried about impressing anybody anymore. You're tied down. Start doing a little more eating. Might put on a few pounds. But I don't know. I mean, maybe he'll keep it up. We shall see. Do we need to take one more break? Is that the...
Yeah, but we have 8 minutes left in the hour. Y'all want to play landmine real quick?
Okay. Let's do that instead.
Okay. All right. Today's topics. We have tallest wrestlers, and we also have state with the highest population. Maybe we can just do one to end the hour and do another one in hour 3.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Tallest wrestlers, and what's the other one?
State with the highest population.
Which one you want to do, Bubba?
Wrestlers.
I knew you were going to say wrestlers. Okay. What do we got?
All right. We got Kane, Kevin Nash, the Great Khali, Undertaker, Triple H, Baron Corbin,
Who is Baron Corbin?
Used to be an Arizona Cardinal.
Okay.
Andre the Giant.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan.
R.I.P. brother.
Randy Orton. Did I say the Big Show?
No.
The
Not
Big
yet.
Show is the last one.
So are we looking for the tallest guy, or are we trying to name the shortest guy?
Tallest.
So we are eliminating the shortest guys. And we're trying to the number one spot is the tallest guy.
Yeah.
So we're looking for the tallest guy. I always get confused on this.
I guess you can technically play it either way.
But
if you want to look for the shortest one, you can.
Our landmine would be saying the tallest guy. Like that's when we blow up.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to eliminate guys who are shortest.
Correct.
Okay. Let's do that. I feel good about that because I think I know number one, Bubba. We'll see if we're on the same page here. So Kane, Kevin Nash, Great Khali, Undertaker, Triple H, Baron Corbin, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Randy Orton, Big Show.
Yeah.
You want to go first or second, Bubba?
I'll go first.
All right.
I'm going to do some easy guys. We're going to get Randy Orton out of here.
Yep.
Randy Orton is 9th at 6'5".
Get Triple H out of there.
Randy Orton or Triple H is 10th at 6'4". These guys are big. If he's last place at 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get rid of Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Hulk Hogan at 8th, 6'7". Great first three guesses.
Get rid of Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin at 7th. These guys are on fire.
Yeah, I know my tall wrestlers. We know. Me and Bubba know the.
Let's see if we can get perfection here.
I don't know if we'll get perfect. Because see, the last 6 we're down to now. These guys are all very tall.
They're pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid of Kane.
Kane is 4th on the list at 7 foot tall.
He's actually. I don't think he's that tall.
No,
he's 7 foot tall.
I think he's like 6'7".
He's billed at 7 foot tall, but I don't think.
I think those big shoulders make him look taller.
Although his fingers are the size of a hot dog, so.
Yeah, he's a big old boy. I interviewed him one time. He came in studio over at the old 1180 VLZ. For some reason, he was just walking the halls. Like, it was not a scheduled interview.
He just stumbled in?
Yeah, like he was just walking through. Because those studios used to be back in Cedar Bluff over there. And I literally walked out. We were doing the afternoon show in there. And I walked out, and I see Kane in the hallway. I'm like, what?
Hey.
What the heck? That was before he was mayor.
Right.
But he was still maybe in the like local politics sphere. But anyway, I just asked him. I went up to him. Sir, hello, can you hear me up there?
Can I get an interview?
I said, would you like to be on the radio? We're doing a sports show in here. Could I interview you? And he very hesitantly was like, okay. He's like, I got 10 minutes. So
I got to interview him in high school, and they made fun of me because I was still going through, manhood in high school. And there's like this kid with rosy cheeks who stutters all the time. What's he do? So that was rough.
Okay, so we got rid of Kane. It's my turn, right?
Yep.
Get rid of Undertaker.
Undertaker 6.
Mm-hmm. Which means we're going to get rid of Big Show.
Big Show is number 3.
Okay, so we're down to Andre the Giant, Kevin Nash, and the Great Khali. I think I know the answer. I think Bubba probably knows the answer. Get rid of Kevin Nash.
Yep.
Kevin Nash is 5th.
All right, Bubba. It is your choice.
Get rid of Andre the Giant.
That's it.
No!
No way.
You're
no
lying
way.
to your team,
Andre
right?
the Giant coming in at 7'4". The Great Khali at 7'1".
I dispute it.
Yeah.
I dispute it all day.
Yeah?
I dispute it all day long. The Great Khali was taller than Andre the Giant. Or are we suffering, Bubba, from his marketing? From his was he actually not? See, it's hard to know with these wrestlers, Sam, because I don't know what's actually real and what's actually.
I didn't actually know who the Great Khali was until I looked this guy up.
Oh, I remember his debut, man.
I only remember this guy from the Get Smart movie.
I remember the great.
Y'all have seen that.
He was in The Longest Yard as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember him from that.
I remember his debut in the WWE.
He killed Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Squeezed his head like a pimple.
I remember the Great American Bash in 2005. That's how far I go back with the Great Khali. That guy was so huge. So they say Andre was taller, huh?
I'm sorry.
It's at least what AI Overview says.
Don't apologize, Bubba, because I was going to give the same answer. I was pretty confident Great Khali was number one. But maybe we were lied to by Vince McMahon.
That's who you blame it on.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be the only ones.
Yeah, it's okay that we blew up there because who knows what's real? It's wrestling. So how would we really know who's taller between the two? Yeah.
We'll have a finite list on the second try.
Yeah. So hour 3, what are we doing? We're doing states with the biggest population?
Yeah.
That sounds fun, too. Hour 2's in the books. Hour 3 coming at you.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power rankings, Tuesday trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen, ayy. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Morning booming from 7 to 10. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville.
Hour 3 kicking off
Sports
in the
3.0.
White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Hour 3 is brought to you by many of our great sponsors. And Knoxville Smiles in particular. We do a live read here sometimes, right? I get confused.
Yeah.
Knoxville Smiles, they're great. Go down there and have them open your mouth up and put you in that machine where they pull your jaw apart and they get in there with their blades and their needles and their drills and things. Actually, no, they're known for their new technology, I believe. They don't beat y'all to hell like an old classic dentist.
Walk out of there feeling like $1 million.
Yeah, they got apparently there's new technology in dentistry. As you can imagine, I don't go to the dentist all that often.
I didn't feel it this week.
You went to the dentist this week, yeah.
Yeah, it sucked, man.
It was nothing fun?
No. I mean, it was my own doing. You know, it'd been a little too long since I had gone to the dentist. Because
How many years?
A couple.
So 5, 6?
No, I don't know.
I'll be honest if you'll be honest.
3 or 4 probably.
3 or 4?
Because it's been hard because, like, my dentist is in Nashville, obviously, with me living there, being from there.
Yeah.
And then, like, having to coordinate either, like, when I was in school, getting back for an appointment, or then after graduating and just, like, trying to find it during a certain time of the year. I had a couple that were, like, scheduled, and then, like, sometimes the dentist office had to cancel it. Sometimes I couldn't make it. I just had a couple things come up that was just couldn't go my way. And then finally I nailed one down, and yeah, it was, I haven't had to get my wisdom teeth yet, but I had like 2 cavities on my wisdom teeth.
I think I could be wrong. Probably am wrong. I think wisdom teeth is a scam. I think
it probably is. I'm sure
I think that's just a money-making thing for the dentist. I think you should not get like when they tell you got to get your wisdom teeth pulled out, they're fine.
I mean, they told me that I don't have to get mine. I haven't had to get any of mine extracted.
They told me I needed to get mine out, and I was like, no, I'm good. And then I just left them, and now I'm good. And now I'm grown. I'm a grown adult, and like they're not gonna at this point. Like it's good, right? Like it's not like.
What about when you turn 40 and your whole just like mouth just like develops this huge underbite, and then your teeth are just mashing together, and you can't eat the steak like you used to?
I'll be lucky to be alive at 40, Bubba. I ain't worried about a damn underbite. All right. A friend of mine the other day told me he had high cholesterol. He said he went to the doctor, and and he's a pretty in shape, somewhat guy. I mean, he's Brandon.
Yeah.
They told him he had high cholesterol, which I think I just committed a HIPAA violation. But I don't think it matters if it's your friend. Like I think
he told you, right? It wasn't the doctor that was telling you.
Right.
It's not like Brandon's doctor was like, hey, Brandon's got high cholesterol.
Brandon, you can't tell anybody about this.
Well, so anyway, Brandon's got high cholesterol, and I was like, I don't have high cholesterol. And he's like, have you been to the doctor? I said, no. Why would I go to the doctor?
Can't have it if you don't get checked.
Right. Yeah. It's like, if I can't see it, it ain't there. Like, why would you go to the doctor and then they tell you that, and then you have high cholesterol and they put you on medicine and all this stuff? Like, I got my other friend, he's got high blood pressure. I'm like, you guys are in your 30s. Look at me. I haven't been diagnosed with any of these things. And I'm, I'm not a very healthy person, but you
feel good enough.
Yeah, you can't say for sure I've got high cholesterol or high blood pressure. The only thing I know about myself is my sugar. Sugar's not good. I'm a Borderline diabetes. I probably have the diabetes, if we're being honest. I haven't been back since they told me. They're like, yeah, you need to get this under control. I'm like, I don't want to hear this. But I did go to that walk-in clinic like a year ago because of sciatica,
Oh, yeah.
And they told me my blood pressure was great. They said, yeah, you're all good blood pressure-wise. So, I mean, that's good.
Only years passed since then.
Yeah. And I used to do that squeeze thing at Walmart where you put
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to love that.
Oh, yeah, it's great. It's great. So, anyway, if I drop dead, you'll know why. Any news? Anything?
Oh, yeah.
Anything? Are you doing the news now, Sam?
Yeah, we'll split it a little bit here.
Okay, this is cool. I like this. It's a fun method.
The world's oldest baby has been born from an embryo frozen in 1994. Thaddeus Daniel Pierce is over 30 years old, despite being born in 2025.
Bubba, can you do the rewind thing? The world's oldest baby.
The world's oldest baby has been born from a frozen embryo in 1994.
I would think the world's oldest baby would be like, I don't even know how you calculate that, honestly.
But he's been in the womb for 13 months now.
So they froze Thaddeus when he was in embryo?
Yeah.
Did they name the embryo, or is this his new name?
That's a great question.
I got a lot of questions.
Maybe they didn't have a name picked out, and so they're like, something will come to us over the next 30 years.
Thaddeus. So can they do this with anybody? Is this a thing? Like,
it always sounded like a movie thing to me, the world's ended. We got to freeze the embryos and maybe they'll come back another 100 years later.
So at what point are you an embryo? Because, okay, here's how it works. If you got your kids in the car, maybe, turn it down for a second. I'm going to talk about sex here. Here's how it works. The penis goes in to the woman and the sperm is ejaculated. These are medical terms. It's okay to say this. Into the egg, right? That's how it works. And then, so that creates, that forms something like that all gets, conjured together or whatever. But at what point how do you freeze it? And at what point how long into the process is that? I mean, I'm very curious about this. Because you're saying you can preserve life years down the road with this? I mean, it's crazy.
There's talks about ethical. There's talks about how this child never got to experience the 90s, and now he's, in today's world.
Now he's got to be brought up in this world.
That's what Twitter's saying. Like the tweet that made me save this said they genuinely robbed him of living in the 90s and early 2000s, but woke him up now.
Is he going to be like messed up? I mean, what? Like,
I have no idea.
But it's an actual baby that's been born, right? You're saying this is a real baby.
I hope this is real. It's coming from creepy.org Twitter account,
Okay. So, all right,
but
so we don't even know.
The picture of the parents is real, or at least it's a real couple.
Can we do a Google search on Thaddeus?
Well, it says, yay, it's transfer day, November 2024. So, to me, that sounds like they're maybe transferring it from being frozen to, thawing this sucker out.
From the GuinnessWorldRecords.com. The 30-year-old infant, world's oldest baby born from embryo frozen in 1994.
Published August of 25. That's definitely right. Yeah.
A couple from London, Ohio.
Oh, boy, there's a shot of the parents here. Ugh.
Lindsay and Tim Pierce.
Yeah, this kid ain't got a chance. Even if he wasn't a frozen embryo, I mean, the dad, oh, Lord, this poor guy. Kind of looks like Walker. No offense. So the world's oldest baby. So how do you count his years? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. Do you? Is he a 30-year-old, 1-year-old?
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Honestly, yeah. Does he already have like a license?
That
I guess he wouldn't have to go take the test, but
yeah. I mean, he can't drive. Can't let him drive yet. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. What else we got? Anything interesting?
You've got the Coldplay Kiss Cam woman coming out and saying that Chris Martin never reached out to her after she went viral for cheating with her boss.
Why would he?
Said that she will never go to a Coldplay concert again and would have appreciated if the singer reached out.
Hey, you had an affair at my concert.
Hey, it's Chris Martin. I saw that you had an affair at my concert. Yeah, like what's Chris Martin supposed to say?
I'm glad our music could instill that young love in your heart.
You want backstage passes with your new Gumar?
Yeah. What does Chris Martin owe you for? He gave you a great concert. It looked like you were having a good time.
You're having a great time.
Was that not enough? I mean, the expectations people have, it's just crazy. What's your favorite Coldplay song?
Clocks.
Okay.
That's just the first one that just came to mind for me. I haven't really thought about Coldplay in a while.
Yeah. Bubba?
I'm trying to think because the first one I'm thinking of is Yellow, but there's another banger out there.
Okay, so far we've got Yellow and Clocks. My favorite is Warning Sign.
I like Adventures of a Lifetime.
There's also
Paradise. You were the
Paradise is good.
There's also Fix You. Maybe that's what the
They're
woman
sad.
thought.
They're sad.
Yeah, they're kind of
Their international presence is crazy.
Yeah, they're big time.
I befriended a guy in high school whose family was from Spain, and over there they're like selling out routinely in like these stadiums.
Yeah, it's wild how some bands get big over there but not here.
Like looking at their
vice
Spotify
versa.
numbers for their songs are absurd.
Oh yeah.
Yellow has 3.7 billion views.
Coworker music.
Plays.
Coworker music. Target loves these people.
Chris Martin should have told that woman that he cannot. He should have said, "I cannot fix you." That's what he should have said.
You have Jackson Smith and Jigba, who apparently was in the wrong size shoes at Ohio State. Wore a size 12 at Ohio State and had hamstring issues. Got to the NFL. Seattle switched him to a size 10.5, and his problems went away.
He thought he had bigger feet than he did, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Interesting. I've never heard of that before.
I feel like it could be, logical to be like, oh, I'm wearing a size 12 and I'm really an 11.5. I feel like a grown man being off by like a size and a half is really hard to do.
Yeah, wouldn't
Like,
you
is
feel
his
all
ego
that
getting
space?
in the way, trying to be like, yeah, I'm a 12.
Yeah, size 12. Yeah, like wouldn't you feel all that space at the end of the shoe?
Yeah,
I get the ego thing because for a while I thought I was a 13. I used to, size 13. But now, as I've grown and realized, really, I'm closer to a 12 than a 13. 12.5 is kind of just right for me, but sometimes you gotta go 12 or 13. But yeah, maybe he thought. I would think that would be uncomfortable feeling all that space at the end of your.
It's just
foot.
your shoes, man.
Yeah,
Go get that 10.5 and go put up a historic season. No one's going to care about your foot size.
What size is your foot?
11. I don't have a big shoe.
Really?
Yeah.
Big tall guy like you. See, I would have thought you'd be a 12 or 13.
Yeah, I don't have like a buddy that's about my size, maybe like an inch or two taller, wears like a 15.
Maybe I'm just deformed. Because like everything else about me is like short and fat,
And you just have huge feet.
Yeah, I got big old feet. I don't know. Bubba, what size you wear?
10.5, 11. Depends
Okay.
on the brand and manufacturer.
Cool. Let us know your shoe sizes in the chat. What else we got, Sam? What else is there? Anything else?
Former Eagles Super Bowl champion Alshon Jeffrey arrested earlier this week for insurance fraud. So it's a big week for former football players scamming.
Yeah. Got a lot of scammers out there. There's scammers everywhere, man. They're trying to scam you all day, every day. If you ain't winning, that's what I always say. If you ain't doing the screwing, you're getting screwed in this world. I went through the Cookout last night, the drive-through, and
what's the order?
Last night I got a junior tray, which because I like getting the 2 corn dogs as a main, so I got 2 corn dogs. It's actually a pretty nice little loophole. You can get 4 corn dogs and a drink for like $7 because you could do the 2 corn dogs as a side with that.
Is that
too.
what you did?
No, I got 2 corn dogs and a couple of the walking tacos, and then I got a drink, and I might have gotten a chicken sandwich too, but that's neither here nor there. Those corn dogs aren't like huge or anything. It's I could eat a lot, but they gave me a smaller.
I feel like
cup.
every corn dog's kind of the same size,
pretty much. But they gave me a smaller cup than they were supposed to. And, a lot of people would just – and I ordered it with light ice because if you don't do that –
they're terrible about it.
Oh,
it's 90% ice in those
They
cups.
will ice your ass up like the U.S. government. They will – Cookout is like Minneapolis in this scenario. So I always order light ice. And I was supposed to get the large cup, and they gave me a medium cup full of ice. And, some people might have just been like, that's okay. I got what I got. And they made a mistake. Not me. I said at the drive-thru, I said, excuse me. I said, I ordered a large Coke with light ice. You gave me a medium Coke with heavy ice. Can you please?
You're not scared to circle around back in the drive-thru.
Well, I didn't circle around. I did this at the window.
Oh, okay.
She handed it to me, and I was like, nope.
That ain't right.
Nope. Because
you give it a little shake.
Did you get sauce?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. If you're not doing the screwing, you're getting screwed. That's just how it is these days. You got to stand up for yourself in these situations. I mean, and I hate to be the nitpicker at the drive-thru, but like, when you're paying $3 damn for a fountain drink, like,
I wanted a
Did you
large.
get a cheer wine?
I actually got a Coke. A lot of times I would get the cheer wine. I do like the cheer wine. But you got to make it up somewhere where you can. You got to get ahead in the little things where you can. Like if I'm doing Uber orders, if I ever do those like Uber Eats, the delivery orders, I get free fountain drinks. So like
really,
yeah, you get free.
Like Uber just tells you grab a fountain drink yourself or what?
Oh no.
You just take another fountain drink.
I tell the restaurant, hey, the customer asked me if they could add a drink to this, and 9 times out of 10. This may be fraudulent, but 9 times out of 10, they're like, okay, because they don't care about fountain drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's their biggest profit. Like most restaurants, they make more money on fountain drinks than they do anything, like margin wise, because like that syrup and carbonated water, it's like pennies on the dollar, and then they're charging you $3. But anyway, I digress. Anything else?
Zay Flowers for the Ravens said under John Harbaugh, they were always in full pads, doing one-on-ones late into the season. It's why we had a lot of injuries.
Calling out Harbaugh, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
I think if this has got to be just like awesome news for Cam Scattaboo, right?
Yeah. Well,
He's just like hitting drills in week 15. Let's go.
There's probably something to that.
I'm sure there is.
Big Dog in West Tennessee writes in, he's a size 14, but wore a size 15 football cleat. It must be a big old boy. How tall are you?
That's a guy that has a Big Dog name.
Yeah. How tall are you, Big Dog in West Tennessee? Let us know. Well, all right. Anything else, Sam?
That's about it.
We've got some college football news on the other side to tell you about. Stick with us here on Friday edition, Talk Sports.
I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
The NCAA, which apparently is still a governing body of collegiate athletics somehow, is recommending an earlier start to football season next year. Getting your football a little earlier if the NCAA gets their way. Beginning in 2027, college football could have an earlier official start to the season, as the NCAA Football Oversight Committee on Thursday recommended a standard start before Labor Day weekend, says ESPN here. Heather Dinich reporting on this. Under the proposal, the regular season would begin on the Thursday of what is now called Week 0 and still end on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So schools would have 14 weeks to schedule 12 games. This model would give teams 2 open dates and allow for flexibility for potential changes to the postseason. What do we say, fellas? Yay or nay?
I'm all for football earlier. I feel like I watch Week 0 football with all these FCS teams, and there's like 2 maybe good games, and I'm just like, oh, man, I just want to watch my team. So from snap reaction, yeah, why not? Give me my Tennessee Vols a little bit earlier.
It creates a timeline for every other sport. So it's like, we've got the NFL season, which I guess they want to have more sole focus. That's what it sounds like. College starts earlier, NFL still starts at their time. Therefore, college is going to end at some point, and then you still got NFL for maybe, a couple weeks of straight that. The spring leagues that keep trying to happen and start, the UFL, how's it going to affect them? Probably not really. How's it going to affect kids and, transfer windows with the no spring portal anymore, with baseball and stuff like that? I mean,
did you say something about the UFL?
I did.
How's it going to affect the UFL? What?
Brother, I'm just speaking to speak.
Who gives a damn about the UFL, Bubba? So you're on board?
I'm going to say
as
no.
long as it doesn't affect the UFL.
You're going to say no? You don't want this? I might be kind of with you, Bubba. And maybe we're in the minority on this. But I tell you why, and really it's just maybe it's just selfish reasons for me, because we do our fantasy football draft typically that week, that week 0. And I really enjoy getting that taste.
You want to ease into it.
Yeah. Like, and week 0, I've always kind of thought, I was like, man, I wish I'm with you, Sam. Like, I wish the real thing would get here. Like, I'm so eager by the time we get to that, because I'm a football guy. I love my college football. But I've really enjoyed the last couple of years being at the house with all the fellas, renting a place somewhere, and we all we got one game to gamble on. It's like, let's do it, boys.
You can watch football, but it's not like your team where it's high stakes just yet. You don't have to stress necessarily. Right. It's just like, football's back.
Exactly. And it's not interfering with our draft stuff we've got going on, because we got plenty to do.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's flipping through the magazines and
you can look away for a couple plays and nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, it's no big deal. But like, we had a place in where did we go a couple of years ago? Atlanta, somewhere around Atlanta, and we were watching that Georgia Tech Florida State game. Great game, great football game. I've enjoyed the week 0, just getting a little taste. But then again, thinking about it, I'm like, well, wouldn't we just enjoy more football? Like, it'd just be more football earlier. Like, it's hard to really be against it.
What I think we need to do is just, with the way that the playoff is expanding, and we just need to get rid of the conference championship games, I think, because people clearly don't, like, the committee isn't valuing those, or overvaluing or undervaluing them, in any sense, really. They're just kind of canceling them out whenever they kind of talk about playoff scenarios and stuff like that. So let's just get rid of that week.
So should it just be like,
bump it a little sooner?
Whoever has the most, conference wins, or the better wins in conference, becomes your championship?
Yeah. You just name
Instead of like taking the top 2 and having them play against each other?
Basically.
The conference championship games matter less than they ever have.
Right.
I mean, it is kind of just a redundant week we do, where it's like, hey, let's have these 2 teams that are definitely going to be in the playoff play now, and then the result won't matter.
And then I feel like that creates that weird time gap that we complained about in the playoff of, like, I got football, and then I just go like 2 weeks without it or something like that. And you're just kind of you're just sitting there kind of in that void. And maybe if you just take away those conference championship games, you can kind of give that week to the rest of these teams to be able to kind of make that postseason a little bit more streamlined.
I would like to have something that really matters every weekend until the season's over, because I hate – this is going to sound bad when I say it.
You hate the Army-Navy game.
I hate that Army-Navy weekend. No, I don't hate the game. I don't hate the game. I love the troops, okay? Let me be clear. I love the troops, and I'm all about the game, but it doesn't really move me in terms of it's the only thing that weekend.
What if it was the lead-in to the college football playoff?
Exactly. Let's do that. Let's celebrate our country as we lead into.
It was like it's like a noon game, that ends at, that 2-3 o'clock hour, and then you can just get a 3:30 and a night game.
Play in for the college football playoff.
Like Army-Navy get into the college football playoff.
the winner of Army-Navy.
We reserve one spot.
The troops deserve one spot.
The troops get one spot. Whether that would be very patriotic. Maybe that'll be part of Trump's new plan. I mean, it'd be just as good as letting that one Group of 5 team in. I mean,
we got to let Tulane play the winner of Army-Navy, and the winner of that game gets the final spot in the playoff.
All right, Air Force is 3-9. Army is 5-7. Whoever wins this game's in the playoffs, because we appreciate our troops. I mean, it'd be fine with me. I don't care. I mean, it'd be just like watching James Madison, Although they put up a little fight in the second half. That game was low-key fun for a minute. But, yeah, I mean, I want every week to have stakes. And I think that, the college football – the conference championship games, like college football has a problem with, they got to toe this line of tradition versus expansion, like tradition versus modernizing.
Yeah.
And like the conference championship games, that's just one of those things. It's tradition, like at least since 1992 it is, which is not that long in the grand scheme of things, but my entire life it's been a thing. Like I do expect it. You know, I always know we're not going to be playing that week, but it's just like, you know, it's like, hey, yeah, let's watch Alabama and Georgia again. You know, that'll be fun. SEC's been doing it for 34 years now. So like, we feel like we can't just do away with that, but in the modern era of college football, that probably would be best for the game. So leaders of the playoff continue to discuss how and when to expand the current 12-team field. Vanderbilt coach Clark Lee, who is a member of the Oversight Committee, told ESPN the football season calendar has been a health and safety issue that needed to be addressed. To go through a season without 2 bye weeks is challenging to a roster, he said. And in a time where we've imposed roster limits in our league, where we're playing 9 league games now on the off years where we weren't able to get that second bye, we believe there's a negative impact mentally, physically, emotionally to the players, coaches, everyone involved. So from our vantage point, it was something we've supported and feel strongly about. Is that a little soft from Clark Lee?
He's just saying, like, we really need 2 byes in a season?
Yeah, he's saying we need 2 weeks off instead of 1 during the season because it's mentally, physically, and emotionally stressful for the players, coaches, and everyone involved.
That explanation feels a little soft, but I don't think he's off on the logic. Like, we haven't seen this 9-game SEC format play out just yet.
Yeah,
I do have a feeling you're going to see some teams that, you know, look like they've got some tired legs kind of down the stretch.
I see what you're saying, and I get what Clark Lee's saying, but my counterpoint would just be like, look at the NFL. Those guys are playing professional teams every single week, and they play 17 games and get 1 bye week, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if they can do it, and I know those are professionals and they're making a lot more money, and it's a little bit different. But, I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, college football, you really have like 3 bye weeks. Like, yes, you're playing a game and you are, but like when you're playing Alcorn State, you're just kind of getting a workout in. Like, you know, it's kind of a bye week. Starters play a quarter or 2, and then so I don't know. It sounds a little soft to me.
Plus, nobody wants to be idle for 2 weeks. Nobody wants your team to be idle for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but
if George is our quarterback, though, I'd like 3 bye weeks.
Yeah. Well, we'll see who our quarterback ends up being. The NCAA would also eliminate exceptions for teams to play before the official start of the season, it says. So
they would accept that?
It says they would eliminate exceptions for teams to play. The sport has seen an uptick in schools applying for waivers to start their seasons earlier, it says. So in 2025, there were 5 games on Saturday, August 23rd, week 0. This season, there are 8 games scheduled for that first August 29th.
From a fan perspective, that first home game is going to be scorching hot. It already is normally.
It is hot.
And then you get that a week or 2 earlier.
That's the only downside about starting early, man. It's hot out there. Those damn bleacher seats in Neyland.
Mm-hmm. Just burning.
I went to that UAB game for some reason this last year. I think because my dad gave me the tickets to go, but it was a scorcher. I mean, it was one of the hottest games. And it was only like 86 degrees, I think, but the sun was just beating down.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a cloud in the sky. You know, you got to have a wet towel with you. It's brutal.
You want to ask someone like under the canopy to trade seats.
Yeah. I guess it looks like North Carolina and TCU play week 0 this year in Dublin. And then we got NC State and Virginia in Rio de Janeiro.
That's another thing that we should try and fix is, making these. I think Ireland is the furthest we need to go in terms of international college football.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to Brazil, man. Your fans aren't going to go to that.
Well, I mean, it's just a money grab like everything else. I mean, I'm pretty much very against it. I don't like playing overseas at all. Like, I wish everything was just here in America, but I see why they're doing it. So really, I mean, that's not really a good week 0 game this year. I guess you could say North Carolina, TCU, like maybe that's a somewhat fun game, but not as good as it's been the last couple of years. But so anyway, keep an eye on that. 2027 might be starting the college football season a week earlier if the NCAA gets their way. So we will monitor that situation. Let's go ahead and hit a break, Sam, and then we'll begin to wrap this thing up here.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Last call here on the program. Tim Hill sitting in for John Reed. I miss seeing Tim Hill every day.
He was here yesterday.
Yeah, I know. It was good to see him. We mentioned the troops last segment, who we love, by the way. Did you guys see this? These images that surfaced from USA Today with the
dining hall?
The food being served to the sailors on the USS Abraham Lincoln and USS Tripoli.
It looks like liverwurst.
Yeah, I think I'd say I'll pass.
It looks worst. It looks like worst. Not liverwurst, just worst. Apparently, one sailor messaged to his mother, supplies are going to get really low and morale is going to be at an all-time low. If you haven't seen this comes from Evan Hill, at Evan Hill, not Tim Hill, but Evan Hill on Twitter. And man, this stuff looks bad.
What do you think that thing is in the first picture next to the carrots and what seems to be a burger patty, maybe?
I don't know. And I have checked through all the comments, and no one seems to know.
Like, I think they chopped off a cow's tongue.
That's what it looks like. It looks like a big old gray cow tongue. That's what it looks like.
I'm a big lengua guy.
I've heard that about you. You like your lengua. I have one experience with lengua, and I had to throw the taco away because I saw the spots on the underside of the tongue. It tasted really good.
Yeah, you just can't look at it when you eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried it, and I bit into it. I was like, this is good. And I looked down, and I saw the spotted underside of the cow tongue. I was like, my stomach started churning immediately. I was like, I can't eat this anymore. My first thought to the large gray sliver of some sort of mass there was that maybe it was some sort of fish. That's what I first thought, but it doesn't really look like fish.
I've never seen like a fillet of fish that is shaped like that.
No, I mean, it looks awful. It looks just terrible.
It honestly just looks like a really worn down tennis shoe, and you just took the sole off.
Yeah, like the sole of a worn tennis shoe. Somebody says fish skin, looks like fish skin. Someone says looks like an MRE dessert bar, cow tongue. They call it gyros slices.
You call it euros or gyros? Or
I say gyros. I don't know.
I say euro.
I don't know the right. I've never really known.
Big euro guy.
Yeah, I think it's definitely euro.
Okay.
That old lamb
beef patty looks gross. Somebody said it's ham, dumbass, in the comments. Someone says sliced donkey penis.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it looks disgusting. And it in the USA Today article, they call it a gray slab of processed meat.
That's calling it nice, yeah.
I mean, this is what we're serving our nation's best here, man. I mean, that patty doesn't look great. I mean, it doesn't look awful, but it doesn't look great. And then they got a little section of, sliced carrots. And then there's another meal here where you just see like two little tortillas and looks like some roast beef or something. But, yeah, pretty gross. Baseball this weekend, right? We got a big series.
Ole Miss.
Big home series getting started this weekend. A big opportunity for the boys. What are you guys looking for in this week's baseball series other than a couple of wins?
I mean, just keep this momentum rolling. Obviously, you got a little shot in the arm down there in Starkville last weekend. Put together a good, solid performance in the midweek. I think, the consistency factor with this team just hasn't really been there for the entire season. So you're hoping that, you've maybe kind of found something here in the last week or so, and you're just hoping that continues to carry over when you're, in your home stadium, and hopefully that home crowd can be something this team feeds off of as well.
25-12 overall, 7-8 in the conference. You want to get that conference mark above 500. Like, you're just looking ahead to the NCAA tournament. I mean, this team is team should make the NCAA tournament, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities that they could miss it either, especially given the way some of these games have gone that they've let slip away this year. So what are you going to say, Bubba?
Just a couple things. One, Ole Miss is kind of in a similar boat as Tennessee, as they're also on a peak. I think they've won like 6 out of their last like 8 games, including against, LSU, who they knocked off, and also Southern Miss, who's a ranked opponent. Good news for us is I want to see more of Landon Mack. He's kind of, grown a little bit more recently. Hopefully our pitching can continue as well. Bats, we found some, momentum and just playing just like small ball, nothing too crazy happening. So hopefully that happens there. But overall, it's 2 teams in kind of similar situations. Tennessee, again, starting to find a little bit of momentum, dare I say, after a series sweep. So
who's on the mound tonight? Do we know that for sure?
Landon Mack should be your starter tonight.
Landon Mack. Yep, that's Vol Baseball 14 hours ago. I see that now. They said make sure to check out our Friday night guy, Landon Mack. Apparently he did a podcast episode this week.
Yeah, I think he went on the Mike Keith show maybe.
Yeah.
Or no, he did Everything Orange.
He said earlier this week, he said, I don't know how it can't be everyone's dream to come play baseball for Tennessee. It's a nice quote.
I like that we still got a couple of those guys in the program that are – he seems like one of our, like, fireball, just, kind of attitude leaders.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pitching, man. It's been pretty good. I mean, it was great last weekend. I mean, I know the bullpen has been kind of sus at times, but starting pitching, you got to feel pretty good about that.
I hope to hear less of Federico for Ole Miss. Hate that name.
Is he a big hitter or something, or you just don't like his name?
I'd say he's one of their decent hitters. Not really a power guy, but he can get on base, whether he's doing some, quirky stuff inside the batter's box or just finding a way.
Series getting started this evening, 6:30 at Lindsey Nelson Stadium tonight, and then they'll play tomorrow, 6 o'clock, Sunday, 1 o'clock. So the first 2 games of the series, at least night games, so maybe the temperature will cool down a little bit because it's gotten a little bit toasty this week here in East Tennessee during the day. Looks like at 6 o'clock tonight, it'll still be about 82 degrees. So 82 and sunshine all evening. By 8 o'clock, it'll be 75. So pretty much a perfect evening for some Friday night baseball if you want to go over to Lindsey Nelson. And we do have a thunderstorm watch tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. See how that plays out. But yeah, looking forward to that. I might make a little trek over to Lindsey Nelson this weekend. Huh?
I still haven't been to a game in like the official new stadium.
I haven't either. I got to go to that Wake Forest game last year.
Yeah, I went to one last season, but like I'm sure you had the same thought when you walked in there. It's like, this is nice, but it's not, you haven't put like the finishing touches on it necessarily. Like I was sitting kind of in that new second level that they put up there, and like the seats behind me like still weren't finished.
Yeah, it wasn't, didn't quite have the.
It felt more of like a construction site than a stadium still.
Yeah, didn't quite have the polish on it last year, but pretty much by all accounts this year, though, everybody says it's a beautiful like place, palace over there. So I would like to go check it out. So yeah, maybe get over there sometime this weekend. We'll see. I also thought about maybe possibly making a trip to Nashville tomorrow because my boy Joey Diaz is playing the Ryman.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I kind of hate to not go see him with him being so close, because he doesn't do a lot of shows anymore. He just hangs around his little circle in New Jersey.
You actually might have to do that.
That actually sounds,
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Well, he's pretty much my favorite, like, active comedian, and like
at the Ryman is cool too. I saw Gillis at the Ryman a few years ago. That was pretty sweet.
See, I've never seen a show at the Ryman.
Oh, really? You never even? Yeah.
I mean, I've been in there. I've done like the tour, but I've never seen a show at the Ryman.
It's a nice place.
I'm thinking about it.
Saw Tim Robinson there.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's they say the acoustics are.
Oh yeah, that's probably the best concert I've been to.
About as good as it gets. Huh?
Seats kind of suck, but
yeah, they're a little cramped.
Yeah, I saw some of the availability was like for the lower section, but it was toward the back where you're under that like overhang, the balcony overhang.
Honestly, not the worst seating.
It's not too bad.
Sometimes you got to worry about they've got those big pillars in that underhang part of it, and you're kind of sometimes just right behind a pillar. So like you got to move your head one foot, in each direction to kind of see the stage sometimes when he's moving.
Bear Rat's in. Let's effing go see Diaz tomorrow. If I can get somebody to go with me, if I get Bear to go with me, we can make it a little road trip. I ain't ruling it out.
Bear take a little Death Star.
Yeah. 1,000 milligram stars of death. David says we will get Terrence Hill Jr. commitment sometime today.
As soon as
David?
we get off the air.
David, I heard from an inside source here in our office that if we're going to get him, it might be today. So that's not a for sure deal. Like we don't know, if we're going to get him. But if we do, it could be today. So we will keep an eye on that the rest of the day. Bubba, you got anything else for us? Anything we missed?
There's always things going on. We got the troop Eli Heidenreich. Love that name. Just sounds like a guy that would play fullback in the NFL. Getting invited to NFL for day 2 and day 3 of next week's draft.
Didn't Heidenreich used to be a wrestler?
Yeah, he did.
You remember that name?
Yeah.
I remember him.
We've got a cool story with Javonte Spraggins playing in Mexico for football. We've got Amy, a lot of women in pop culture. I don't want to give them their stars, but Amy Schumer, kind of a scumbag. Lena Dunham, kind of a scumbag. Meghan Trainor can't sell it her tour anymore.
Was that just a shot at women in general, or what was the headline?
Amy Schumer talked about how she would bring athletes up for just like a one-night stand and send them on their way. LeBron James was photographed with her a couple times.
Surely. Oh, come on.
Lena Dunham has a new book where she completely, disrespects Adam Driver and Jack Antonoff. We've got people hating Waj, Adrian Wojnarowski for St. Bonaventure.
Surely LeBron didn't. Amy Schumer, come on, LeBron. Surely not. Greatest player in the NBA. Come on.
We had Cinema Con where they talk about Spaceballs 2. Mel Brooks did not capitalize on what he said he was going to do. Name it Spaceballs. The need for more money. Said it's just Spaceballs 2. Also,
I did see that.
A new Jackass film. We had Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. A new Minions movie where they're pretty much Napoleon.
Okay. Well, can we go back to Javonte Spraggins for a second? What's he doing? He's playing football in Mexico, you said?
Yep.
I didn't know they played football in Mexico. But
wasn't it like a 2-month season or something like that?
The league, according to KCK, local reporter for 6 News, WVLT. That's not deal. Is it WVLT? I don't know anymore. That might be WATE.
6 is WATE.
Yeah, pardon me. But nonetheless, KCK reports that Javonte Spraggins is playing for the LFA, Mexico's premier sports or professional sports league. Only lasts about 2 months, and hopefully it can get him a look for some training camp ahead of NFL time.
Okay.
Also, WrestleMania this weekend. Nobody cares. I hate Jelly Roll.
WrestleMania is this weekend?
Yeah.
Man.
No build-up at all. Nobody cares, man.
I didn't even know. I didn't even realize it. What's the main event? Anything? Is it worth watching? Or?
Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. Jelly Roll somewhere in there. Pat McAfee somewhere in there somehow.
Rhodes and Orton. That's some wrestling legacy there. That is some legacy.
And Jelly Roll.
Well, thank you, Bubba. Sam, thank you for your service. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys listening in today and interacting with us. We will see you on Monday. Let's all have a great weekend. Tony Basilio Show coming up next.